Why, hello there, and welcome to a stream. Give me a second here. Sorry, and everything pulled up. Freddie is also here, streaming at me. Um, Couple shout outs for Twit. We have Cuddly Dragon and Mordred V. Welcome. Thank you for following on Twitch. We're at 103. Perfect, amazing, wonderful. Um, so I'm just gonna come right out and say it. This is the least amount of makeup that I've ever worn on my channel. This is the least amount of makeup that I've ever let you all see me. Like, if you watch my Instagram videos, then you can probably tell that I'm not really wearing a lot of makeup most of the time there. But I am not wearing makeup, except for mascara, because I have electrolysis tomorrow and I have to grow out my facial hair for that. Like, I have to grow out the hair on my like chin, upper lip, that area to get it treated tomorrow. And I was wearing a mask last time, and I'm not gonna lie, that sucked. That was so terrible. It's like wearing a mask isn't bad when you're not talking for 3 hours straight, but when you are literally talking for 3 hours straight, it is so, so bad. Like, honestly, so bad. Got really, really damp in the mask. Got really awful. So I'm a little nervous. Like, I'm sure some people are going to be a little disillusioned about how cute I am because the makeup obviously makes me look cuter. But let me say hello. Hey there, Ashlyn. Hey there, Nucleo Sophia, Turtlebird, Biggest of Bugs, CD Barra, Servalos, Grace. Welcome. Basic base with a minimal coverage is better than caking it on. Right, but I'm not wearing anything. Normally, I just wear, like, a tiny bit of concealer, um, and the mascara, and that's pretty much it, but, like, I'm not wearing concealer at all, and also, like, normally I obviously normally shave, but, like, I can't, so I'm just gonna run with it. Like, it'll never be this bad ever again is kind of what I'm thinking. Like, honestly, like, tomorrow, she's gonna work on my upper lip a lot, and that's, like, the worst part, and so, like, it'll never be this bad again, and genuinely, like, if someone, like, attacked me over it, I am dysphoric about it, but, like, it's just for tonight. Like, it's not like I have to deal with it for the rest of my life, right? Like, it's not like it's something I'm doing something about, so I'm just gonna roll with it, and I don't know. Trying to be brave, I guess, in kind of a silly way. I don't know, maybe not silly, but children of humanity, hello. Welcome everybody to the stream. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you here. I tend to use charcoal face scrub to help with my occasional oily complexion. Nice. Nice. I use like a really light cleanser on my face. My face isn't dry and it's not oily. It's kind of in the middle. I can't tell it's so well hidden on camera. Yeah, I kind of figured that like unless you're like really looking at it on like if you're watching on like a computer on like 1080p or whatever, like high quality and you're like really paying attention, you might be able to see it. But I can see it. I can definitely tell. But, it's fine. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, really. I still think you're gorgeous. Well, you're very sweet. Thank you. Grace said, I finally started laser, got my second appointment next week. Definitely looking forward to when shaving just doesn't need to happen anymore. Yes. Yes. You're on PC with a 1080p. Wow. Wow. I mean, honestly, for a long time, like, I don't know, because like this is gonna sound really weird, but like I will wear concealer and conceal the facial shadow and I'll still see it. So that, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I have worms in my brain. Like maybe I'm just like a little like like when I got laser and it would all fall out, I wouldn't see it anymore. But like I can see it right now. I can see it even when I'm wearing makeup. It's not like very noticeable for a lot of people apparently. Things aren't exactly getting any easier for some of us because of this war, especially if you're British Israeli like me. Even more so if you're Tottenham Hotspur fans, like my family and myself are. Who is Tottenham Hotspur? What? Um, we are our own worst critics. Yes. You're watching on an iPhone sitting on the toilet. Nice. As long as you don't sit there for the entire stream, I think you'll be all right. So yeah, we could jump straight into politics. It's only been 6 minutes. We could hit a couple little bit of life stuff, I guess, but I don't know. Like I spent all day outside. It was gorgeous today. The weather has been amazing. Honestly, I'm loving. Spring is coming. It's warmer. The sun is coming out. Like, I had such a good day. I was outside for like 3 hours spinning my oxbow. Um, did a lot of really fun stuff there. Learned some new stuff. Got to jam with some people in Discord that I really like. There's like a flow arts thing that I'm a part of, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I am very happy that I did that. So, uh Tottenham are a well-known Jewish football club in North London, and we're sick of this war, but we're still getting attacked by all sides. I don't like. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know enough about British UK stuff. Like I can't speak to any of that. So yeah, I don't know. I just yeah, I don't know what to say about that, honestly. Like like, I don't think Jewish people deserve hate, but I also think that Jewish people shouldn't be tied to Israel because Israel is like a deeply, deeply evil place with deeply evil leadership. And honestly, a lot of the population in Israel are deeply evil in themselves. So, like, if you look at public support for the war, for the genocide in Gaza, like, it's very popular over there. Like people don't like they just don't like how messy it's been. Like how like I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just it's such a hairy topic. Hey there, banana brains. Hi there, health. You're old, traumatized enough to have a lot of white hair on my face. Laser couldn't burn them, but tweezers make miracles. Yeah, laser won't work on light hair. Laser only works on dark hair, but electrolysis works on all hair. So if you decide to get electrolysis, that does work on for all skin types and hair types, as far as I'm aware. Because it's not the same as laser. Electrolysis is like they put a probe down in your pores and they like basically zap the follicle with electricity and it obliterates the follicle. I'm here in America and I want everyone to know I hope the current president gets impeached and serious amendments to the Constitution happen to prevent this from happening again. Yeah. It's even worse when you've got relatives in Tel Aviv like I have. I mean, I'm sure that that's sucky, you know. Again, I'm not sure what to say about that. I don't know who your family are, and I don't like I guess I don't know what to say about that. Thank you for sharing your perspective though. Trust no one. Difficult keeping in mind all the world is a stage. I don't think trust no one is a good idea. I think that we should trust some people. I think you should just be very like critical thinking should inform who you trust. Like you shouldn't just trust a politician because they sound nice or because they're polite to you or whatever. Like you should use your critical thinking skills to like look into who's funding them and like all this other stuff like like have actual reasons other than a vibe check for trusting people. um you are right, Leah. The genocide has high support in Israel, which has been shown by polls. Yes, I have seen some of those polls. It's also like a really high approval rating. Like it's not like 60-40. I think it's like 80-20, 90-10 or something like that. Like it's like it is the vast majority of the population. And I mean that's just part of the culture that has been created over there in Israel where they believe that, they deserve the land and that everyone around all the Arabs around them are just there to kill them basically is what they believe. And like I just think that like it's just not, it's not tenable, obviously. Like, obviously this is not working. So, something needs to, I'm not a conspiracy person, but Trump is not the president. No, I mean, you're probably right. Stephen Miller or like Benjamin Netanyahu probably have more actual power over the Trump administration than Trump does. Trump is just the figurehead. Like if you know anything about Iranian politics, actually, I learned this recently, so I'm not going to try to act like I've been super informed for a long time. But the Iranian government is mostly controlled by an organization called the IRJC, I think is what it's called, the IRJC. And like they are basically like they are intelligence, they are the military, and they are everything. Like they're like every aspect of the actual government, and the Ayatollah is essentially just like a supreme leader, like just like a figurehead who, it's like the royal family in the UK where like they're not really in charge of anything. They just have like social, well, I mean the Ayatollah does have power, but it's not like it's only power that is entrusted to them by the IRJC. And so the thing is that like that's basically what's happening here in America now, is that we have a figurehead. We have like a supreme leader, Donald Trump, who is the supreme leader of the United States. He's basically the Ayatollah. He is a leader of a religious fundamentalist Christian ethno state project, and he's nothing more than a figurehead. Like he just does the talking and it is the face of the movement. But behind the scenes, like Stephen Miller, Russell Vogt, Benjamin Netanyahu, uh Marie, what's that lady's name? Marie Adelson or whatever, the lady who like basically bribed Trump into annexing the West Bank in his first turn. What is that lady's name? I think it's Iran. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna say it perfectly every time. I get it. Like Iran. I mean, like people are gonna say it all sorts of different ways. I'm a stupid American, so I'm not gonna get perfect pronunciation every time. Excuse me for that. Um, I honestly feel crazy for saying this, but I'm stocking up on food and supplies by the end for the end of our country. I mean, we're already at the end of the country. We're in late stage capitalism. Like this is it. Like we are witnessing the end stage of the country. Like we will either transition into something new, or the country will continue on this declining path for another 4 to 10 to 20, who knows how long it's going to continue on this path. But like this is a constant downward decline at the like basically at the end of our nation's history. And it's, like the only option is to have a new system that doesn't totally suck ass like this, or to just keep running with something that's broken until more and more people die and more people are disaffected. And like I mean, like this is not a tenable, again, this is not a tenable thing. This is not tenable. So like I don't know exactly how long. Like that's honestly the thing that I'm kind of curious about. I've been thinking about it a lot. Like I feel like the Gilded Age was really bad, and essentially FDR, everyone feels like FDR is like the most progressive candidate president we've ever had, and in some ways he is progressive, but also in a lot of other ways he was a capitalist. So like he wasn't a socialist or anything for his time. Yes, I guess kind of considered progressive, but like by today's standards, like I mean, like literally what FDR did was delay the inevitable death of corporate America. Like if during FDR's age, if FDR hadn't become president, we would have ended up where we are right now a lot sooner. Like we would have ended up with like super late stage capitalism many years before we did. And the only reason we didn't end up in that place immediately is because of FDR and because of the social programs that he created. So like let me give you a really basic example. Social Security. Do you know how many seniors are lifted out of poverty due to Social Security? Do you know? It's 1/3. 1/3 of all seniors. So, like, can you imagine a system where like 30% of seniors just like die homeless? Like that doesn't sound like a functioning system to me. And the only reason why we didn't have that for the past 20, 30 years or whatever is because of like essentially delay tactics. So, it's yeah, it's a thing. I apologize for getting a little like frustrated with the call out of my pronunciation. I read words all the time, so I don't always say them right, and people love to like correct you on it, but like frankly, I don't care. Like as long as the message comes across, like if someone wants to think I'm stupid because I don't say it right every time, then I guess they can think I'm stupid. But um all right, let me read a little bit. IRGC? Is it a G? I thought it was a J. I don't know. IR Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's G. It's not a J. IRGC. So, correction there. Um, hello, one love. Like I'm not super educated about the politics over there or the situation over there. Like I literally watched like one podcast that explained basically the situation to me. Um, so yeah, you know, excuse me for not being like giga educated on all this. Not really my wheelhouse anyway. Honestly, feel crazy for saying this. Oh, I already read that. Let's see. You know your country is stuffed when your nation's leader is compared to the royal family, a royal family which is disgrace to the depth of England's history. An Ayatollah that functions like a poop Toyota. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Thank you, Sea Turtle, for resubscribing. That's really nice of you. Thank you for that. Ba, ba, ba. Ashlyn, you've been here 10 streams in a row. Thank you for that. You sound like a well-educated American. Your awareness of things going on in places gives hope. I mean, comparatively, sure, I'm educated, but I'm only educated in the sense that like everyone else like most other people in America are 100% ignorant. Like they don't even try to learn about this stuff. So like yes, I'm more educated than them, but I'm woefully uneducated in terms of like the international community and like general like I'm not. I think there will be a blue wave coming soon in the midterms. Many Republicans are quitting, but it's not always reported. Yeah, like there will be a blue wave probably, for sure. I feel a strange disconnect from many people. Proud to be English, proud of what English kings have done. Richard Leitner. I don't know enough about English history. Um, proud of what English kings have done. I don't. I instinctively kind of bristle against that. Like I feel like if you're like, yay, long live the king, like I feel like that sounds like a really bad thing. But I'm not gonna harp on it, I guess. Ordance, welcome to the stream. Old wrestling ordeal was known as NWO, New World Order. I love how we're paying into a system that the government is just going to allow to become insolvent. Yeah, I know. Like the only reason Social Security is gonna go under is because we got rid of the taxes that like pay for them. Like literally the wealthy were just like, we're not paying for that. Like, sorry, we're cutting our taxes. Sorry, the wealthy. Sorry, we need more millions of dollars. We need more and more money. Sorry, we've got millions of millions and millions of dollars, but we need millions and millions and millions more. We can't we can't bother to give you a fraction of a percent of our wealth or else we'll die. FDR was like a life preserver until it aired out later on. Exactly, exactly. Um, like, and honestly, like, you know, like it's evidence that like this late stage capitalism was bound to happen. Like, it's evidence that like it was never meant to last because like the systems that were created in that era have been eroded to the point where they're completely falling apart and are just not working anymore. Like we are like pre FDR at this point in terms of like sure we still have social security for now, but like many of the systems are completely gutted and providing almost no social value at this point. I remember back when COVID was a big conversation, Republicans saying on the news that grandpa should die so we can get back to work. So I imagine there are plenty of a certain group of people who don't care. Yeah, the world is a complete stage where we're basically lab mice. Just somewhat funny to me since the elderly, as far as I know, are still super Republican. Yeah, I know. I don't understand how Republican. I don't. Their positions don't make sense, but you know, um, I am certain that things will get better, mostly because they can't get much worse, but also because I'm old and these things tend to go in cycles. I promise it will get better. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Jeff, you are. Are you okay, Jeff? You are like doing a lot of you seem very high energy right now, and maybe you need to uh you know chill a little bit. Most Americans are completely media illiterate. That's true, which makes me like I don't feel smart in you know what I mean, like I'm smart in comparison, but like no. It is ridiculous how little most Americans know about anything that isn't uh directly in their life. Exactly. No, that's so true, Sage. That's so true. Colonialism. So deep. You're proud of the Richard the Lionheart, who spent less than 10% of his reign actually in England and the rest of the time waging war and killing people. Ooh, yeah, Sputnik. That sounds not good. That sounds like Richard the Lionheart was a piece of shit and probably did not deserve praise. Sorry, I apologize. I apologize. It's okay. You're very energetic. I understand why. We are living in an unprecedented era and things are bad and you know it's rough and terrible and things are hard. So I get it. Um uh you know, just try not to come completely unglued, basically. Oh, I know you need food and everything, but I need a third yacht more. Exactly, exactly. Like, oh, I know you want to feed your kids, but actually, like, I'm sorry, my fourth house that I rent to someone is more important. Billionaires need more money to make up for their small problems. Exactly. You get frustrated? Yo, Jeff, I get it. I get frustrated too. I am constantly very frustrated by the state of things. Like honestly, like here's where I'm at with things. But as before I say that, please like the stream if you're on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch, give me a follow if you haven't already. Thank you all for helping with Twitch. I'm going to post my link tree and pin it here so you can check it out. My last stream, by the way, I rated a channel at the end of my stream on Twitch, and they were playing copyright music. And so my last stream got like blocked in multiple countries because of that. So I don't know. I need to like before I raid people, I need to make sure that they're not playing any copyright music. But I also like there's no way to really predict that, you know? Like, there's no way for me to know that that's gonna happen ahead of time. So, I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, my last stream is like you might not even be able to see it on my channel just because it's yeah, got a copyright something or another. It wasn't a strike, but it was like like they just blocked my live stream and like, subscribe, donate a kidney. Exactly. I liked on YouTube, then came here to watch. Thank you. It seemed like they were just uh They seem like they're defying the simple statement of you cannot take it all to the grave. Exactly. Like it's this insanity. Like I've been talking about this actually to people in my life, but it feels like it really feels like this is like this is, you know, more evidence to the fact that like capitalism is like a virus. It's like a cancer, and the bigger it gets, it like runs away from you at a point. You know, like if you catch capitalism early on, you can contain it, you can treat it, you can mitigate it, you can do all that stuff. But like the um oh my god, I'm sorry, I completely blanked. Oh, yeah, but the second that you let people amass a certain amount of wealth, the second that you let corporate structures merge enough, or the second that you like stop enforcing like regulations, like the corporate systems just run off the rails. Like literally run off the rails. I mean, if you know about what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, like you know, like the train derailment there, it's just our capitalism is metastasizing. Exactly. Like we have like stage 5 capitalism at this point. Like we are beyond terminal. And the only way out of that is either complete and total reform from a revolutionary leader, or we all just suffer endlessly. I'm not a monster if people think I am. Trust me, I'm a trope. No, Jeff, no one thinks you're a monster. Everyone says some unhinged things sometimes. Everyone like, you know, everyone does that from time to time. You're okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it too much. Your rate affected your own stream. Is it because you looked at them on your stream beforehand? That seems really weird. No, like I was on stream and I rated them, and I'm multi-streaming. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. And so like when I popped into the stream, they were playing copyright music, and since I'm streaming on YouTube, YouTube obviously heard the copyright music in my stream and hit me for it. Sorry, Leah, I didn't mean to get that demonetization. Blame me for reading Cuddly Dragon. It's okay. I should have thought about, like, I didn't think about it. Like they were literally playing like a Guitar Hero game. Like I should have seen that and been like, oh hey, like this is probably a bad idea. Um, but I just like I didn't even think about it, to be honest. So it's just something I have to be mindful of in the future. It's not your fault, like, you know. Uh, if not, I know a stream can stay open after a raid. Perhaps just close faster. Not trying to sound weird or anything, but maybe that was the problem. No. It has nothing to do with how long I had it open. The guy was just playing copyright music. Like you can play like 10 seconds of copyright music before they strike you. Before they care. So like unless I literally start a raid and instantly hit stream and have it muted on my end, like there's no way to really avoid that if someone's playing copyright music. The only way to avoid it is to literally just have the stream muted so that none of you can hear their stream on my end, which creates a really awkward interaction where like I'm listening to their stream and talking to them or engaging with them or typing in their chat, and you're just all sitting there staring at me like do nothing basically. Anyway, capitalism is like cancer and syphilis had a baby. Yeah, that's true. Uh hey there JT. Hey there Gwen, welcome. Oh, I see. I suppose streaming on multiple platforms comes with issues. Yes. Yeah. But I couldn't photograph that page. Any new sound effects? I could use a laugh right about now. No, honestly, I've been really slacking on the soundboard, but I mean I got a couple.
I'm staying in the race.
So there's that one.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
There's that one.
Then pay with your blood.
There's that one. I have a list of sound bites that I wanna get. So I need to just like sit down and put them all together. The copyright system is also like cancer. Yes, mute their stream before jumping in. Yes, I can do that, but like what I'm saying is that like if I'm going to rate a stream, like I'm listening to their stream unless I have their stream muted on my end too, which means that I can't hear them thank me for like they're going to be like, "Oh, thank you for rating. What did you play?" And then I'm just going to like say nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I need to like part of rating is the engagement of it. And so like I would have to like uh it's all good. Describing it works just as good without audio. I don't know. Gonna Scooby Doo laugh for other streamers. Yeah, I'm probably gonna like I have a list of things. Scooby Doo laugh is a good one. Or like zoinks or something. Thanks. You're welcome. I need to use the soundboard more. Like I really don't I really don't use it very often. Um which is kind of unfortunate. Like I got some good ones. I got some good ones. Like we've got
Stop it. Get some help.
that's a good one. That's a classic. 2:30 a.m. Gotta sleep. Bye folks. Yeah, have a good one, Nucleo Sophia. Thank you for being here and rest well and everything. What's your favorite soundboard news? Oh, I do have a Scooby Doo one.
Might have gotten away with it too. If it wasn't for these blasted kids and their dogs.
That's a good one. My favorite one. Uh, this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good.
Can you muster a war cry?
It's my resistance to them. It's a gas transmission. It's a human under attack.
I love the breath. I love the mid war cry breath. Like I just so good. So good. Every day I'm so thankful my name is neutral so I don't have to come up with one cuz that shit seems hard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I was given my chosen name by a friend. They like gave it to me and I liked it, so I took it. Kind of sounded like Dean Howard at the end.
They loved me. They called me daddy, right? Last time. Very smart man said, he's our daddy.
Oh. Are the sound bites copyrighted? No, these are just people's you can't like copyright like you can't copyright well maybe you can actually, but like if it's like from a movie or something, but like politicians like those are public statements. Like those are not like you can't. So, yeah, I mean like there some content creators can copyright you like if you do like a react content to one of their videos and they hate you. That has been known to happen, but that's generally viewed as like bad. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Thank you. Part of me wants to take an atypical name like Leaf. I think Sage is atypical enough. Like I don't know very many Sages. I know one in my life, but you know, like I think you're good. I mean, unless you want to. I mean, do whatever you want. Follow your dreams. That's kind of neat being named by a friend. Yeah, I was having a hard time with it because like there were a lot of names, you know, like there's a lot of names and I was like I don't even know. So what I did, and actually I find this to be a really good way to get names. Go to all your like 10 closest people in your life, like whether they're family or friends, the people that are closest to you in your life, maybe 5 to 10 of them, and ask them like if you didn't know my name, like as you know, obviously assuming I'm cis, like a cis woman or something, like what would you think my name is? Like if you met me in real life, didn't know me, what would you assume my name is? And so I got a few different ones, but like Leah was given to me by one of my friends, and I read it and I was like, oh my god, that is such a beautiful name. I like it. And so I took it. And it was really weird at first. Like, I honestly, like, one of the things that people really overvalue is they're like, oh, the name needs to be like, I need to care, like, I need to love it instantly. But like, it's gonna feel weird for a while. Like, using a new name is just gonna feel weird, even if you like the name. Like, it's just gonna be weird until you get used to it. I know 2 other trans sages, which is kind of weird, I guess. Oh, it's fine. I mean, it happens. I wish Alex Jones wasn't relevant, but I grew up around people that became fans. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, he played a role in like conspiracy hawking and stuff for a long time, but he's really, I mean, like, he's not even anti-establishment anymore. Like, his dude Trump is in the office and he's establishment and he's terrible. So, under 10 seconds, rule of fair use. Yeah, I've got a couple that are longer than that, but here's a good one.
But now what I'm asking for is a piece of ice, cold and poorly located, that can play a vital role in world peace and world protection. It's a very small ask.
Like, I love that quote. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And now I come to you today asking for a piece of ice.
Our leader is a stupid person.
I play way too many role-playing games and similar things to ever want anyone else's opinion on a name. Oh, that's fair. I mean, that's fair enough. I get that. But like, I didn't pick my, you know, like my dead name was given to me, so it kind of felt natural to have it just given to me. But honestly, if you want to just pick it, then just go for it. I had choice paralysis. Like there are so many names. Like, I just had a hard time picking one. My best friend's daughter named me while I was playing dolls. My friend passed away 10 years ago. Oh, that's really touching. I'm glad my name isn't super common amongst the girlies, but is hyperfemme, which comes with its own issues. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about that before. Like, uh, you should get the one from Bush where he says man and fish can have peace. Oh, yes, that is such a good one. I don't have that one, but I looked for it actually, and I couldn't find it for some reason. Um, but I'm sure I could find it probably somewhere. Started using my real name before I came out to anybody, so a lot of people who don't know I'm trans at least use my correct name. Oh, cool. That's cool. Oh, boy. So yeah, this war, terrible. Thank you for the hydrate, Ashlyn. Let me do that actually. I did a lot of spinning today. Definitely did not drink enough water. Ah. Oh boy. Anyway, I am yeah, so the war is bad. Gas is getting more and more expensive. Oil jumped up to over $110 a barrel, which is astronomically high. I think that's almost double what it was before, if not actually double what it was before. The as far as I know, the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Um, it's not possible, like, it's not financially possible for the US to escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Like, that's just not gonna happen. It's not really possible. And there's just not like a lot that we can do about that, honestly. And you know what? Like, I'm gonna say it again. Like, I think it's I think it's really dumb that like Trump and the Trump administration put all their stock into oil and gas, and then they decided to start this war with the country that basically controls the supply of oil and gas around the world. Like that is like a 2 IQ play. Like that is like 2 head level thinking. Like that is so unbelievably stupid that it almost feels like it must be malicious incompetence. Like you almost feel like these people must just hate the country and want to destroy it. I mean, in reality, like, you know, it's wealth extraction. Like I genuinely think at this point that Trump is like trying to destroy the economy so that everything can be cheap, so that they can buy everything up. If you look at the Epstein files, there was an email that Epstein sent to someone, and I actually don't know who they sent who the email was to, but essentially, the email outlined a plan that like basically said like, hey, stability is like not profitable enough. Like it is profitable, but not profitable enough. We need to destroy, um, we need to destroy the sense of security in the world so that like there's more instability, so that the markets crash, so that everything gets really cheap, so that we can buy everything up, so that we can, you know, make a bunch of money. They don't have a plan. They love oil because lefties want clean energy. That's the only reason at all. They were pro getting sick because lefties wanted masks. No, it's corporate capture. It's not just anti-leftist stuff. It's like they are bought by the oil lobbies, and the oil lobbies pay them a lot of money to not, you know, to not regulate them and to allow them to do a bunch of horrible dumb shit. Yes, his admin is filled with religious crazies, but like that is not mutually exclusive from what I'm talking about here. Like they're religious crazies, but they also want to extract as much wealth as possible. Like the the right wingers are run by people who both believe that capitalism is a boon to them and that they need to extract as much wealth as quickly as possible. But they also believe that, you know, Christian Zionism is a cool thing and that like there needs to be an extremely bloody and horrific war to basically usher in the apocalypse so that they can, you know, uh basically create the um create the elements of the second coming of Jesus. Like they're trying to set the stage and fulfill the requirements for the second coming of Jesus as laid out in their 2,000-year-old book. They are drooling for this stuff. It's not just because he's a PDF. No, I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but it's also no, like they hate like they literally there are quote. You know what? Let me see if I can find it. 1 second. Trump says Hegseth did not say that following kill everybody report. Okay. Uh, hold on. I'm having a hard time finding this. I don't. I can't. God, I hate how hard it is to find a fucking video of this. Like, I just want to find a video of him being like, I saw a clip of it, and other people's like, oh God, where is this stupid thing? He issued a kill them all order. No, that's not what I'm talking about. He said something like, I don't know. He basically said something like, uh, the Iranians should think twice if they think they're safe. Like basically saying like we're coming after civilians. Yeah. Here we go. Pete Hegseth, the U.S. Defense Secretary, sparked widespread criticism, with a statement asserting that Iranians are not safe, saying the only ones that need to be worried right now are Iranians that think they're gonna live. This remark was made during a 60 Minutes interview in response to questions about Russia providing intelligence. I can't play that because I think 60 Minutes is copyrighted. But the only ones that need to be worried right now are Iranians that think they're gonna live. Like, in a 60 minutes, this is in a 60 Minutes interview. Yeah, Trump has made extreme statements about the conflict, declaring, "We will hit them so hard it will not be possible for them or anybody else helping them ever to recover. Death, fire, and fury will rain upon them." There was also something that Hegseth, like, I guess in a bar a long time ago, like in the early 2000s, Hegseth was banned from a bar for screaming "Kill all Muslims." Like, Hegseth just like set down his beer and was like, "Kill all Muslims," and like, like, that was cool, I guess, for him. Like, he thought that was base. So like, who said that? Hegseth said that. He said that. He literally said that in a 60 Minutes interview. You can go watch it. I've seen the clip. He was responding to an interview, or he was responding to a question about Russia, essentially saying, like, what do you say about the fact that Russia is providing intelligence to them? And he was like, "Oh, that's fine, because we'll just kill literally all of them. We'll just kill everybody." Hey there, Alice. Welcome. Bush had a lot of quotes that made me pee my pants. Yeah, he said a lot of dumb shit. It's so funny. All of this war BS just to cover up the fact of the PDF. We talked about that. The government will protect PDFs by starting shit with other countries. Yes, yeah, no, that is true. I mean, like, it's part of the logic. Like, part of the logic was essentially, are you talking about when Hegseth said something about, like, Iranians won't survive? Yes, yeah, we got there. I think you heard it. We really are in the worst timeline. Oh, oh gosh, is it Acacia? Is that the name? Did I get it right? Did I get it right? Hello, welcome. Let me know if I was right. We're basically run by reactionary right-wing YouTubers. Yeah, no, like one thing that's really important to keep in mind is that, like, all of these right-wingers think that they are, like, in a movie. Like, they think that they are in some action movie where, like, they're going to, like, jump out of a plane with, like, 2 Uzis, and they're gonna be like, there's gonna be, like, terrorists parachuting down next to them, and they're gonna be like, like, wearing sunglasses and like twisting through the air. Like, they think they're in, like, the Matrix or something. Like, they think they are the protags in some, like, epic war story or something. Like, they think that they're going to be on the History Channel, and the history announcer is going to be like, "And now we return to our story about the most epic war, the most epic based war that has ever been fought." And, like, they think that that's what's going to be, they think that's going to be history. Like how ICE raided that one apartment building and, like, basically detained everybody and didn't even arrest a single person because, like, these people were not guilty of anything. Like, they literally did it for footage. Like, they freaking rappelled down from a helicopter above an apartment complex to basically film ICE propaganda, like genocide propaganda for the fascist government, So it's like these people are deeply unserious. Like that's the thing, is that they give off the vibe that they're, like, these super professional, like for people that are really uninformed, Republicans tend to come off as, like, oh, they are very serious about things, and they're whatever, but, like, really, like, they're the most unserious people. Like, this is not an action movie. Like, this is real fucking life, and these people are delusional. Yeah, It's rough. It's pretty rough. I don't know. I don't know like honestly, let me just put it like this. I am more optimistic than I ever have been about the American population. Like the population of the United States is getting more and more left wing and radicalized more and more every single day that this Trump administration is going on. But I am at like peak hopelessness in terms of politics, in terms of the politicians. Let me put it like this. I think that if they run a Gavin Newsom like politician on the Democratic Party in 2028, we will end up with like the Republicans will win like 55-45 or something. Like it'll be like a historic loss for the Democrats. And the reason why, like, and I think they might do it anyway. I genuinely think that the Democrats may end up running Gavin Newsom. Like they probably will end up running Gavin Newsom, a historically unpopular candidate that no one wants. Um, but like the American population is ready. Like we're ready for like most Americans are ready for like at the very minimum an FDR level president, but most likely like people are like ready for someone who's like, yeah, healthcare for everybody, wealth tax to make sure that Social Security is funded, uh just a wealth tax in general to make sure we can get like universal child care, like all these other things. Like most people want that shit at this point. And like honestly, like it is the disenfranchisement and uh the money and power that is preventing people from having their voices heard and preventing people from getting proper representation in our government. Like I mean, we just do not have politicians that represent the interests of the majority of the United States of America. And it's getting worse and worse. And the population is moving to the left, but the politicians are moving to the right. And like there's no way to square that circle unless something breaks or something gives. So, and the people are not going to be the one that break or give. Like the population of America is not going to suddenly decide that like late stage capitalism is actually just okay because they passed a bill that sometimes if your grandmother's last name started with a J and ended with a P, then you can get $5 towards your down payment on a house that has a red door. Like that is not going to prevent people from radicalizing or satiate people when like there is a real lust for like revolutionary politics in America. Like there like honestly there are a lot of people nowadays who are willing to suffer for this. Like Americans are viewed as deeply lazy and entitled and like creature comfort people, and like there are a lot of Americans that are like that. But people that are politically engaged more and more are becoming totally okay with you know, like instability so long as it means that we are moving in a direction that's not the status quo. And honestly, I think that's the one of the main reasons Trump got elected. People viewed Trump as the change candidate, which sounds ridiculous, right? Like that sounds so stupid, but if you think about it, in a way, Trump is a change candidate. Like he really did break the system. Like he came in there with a fucking hammer and smashed everything to pieces and burnt everything to the ground. And now, like the government sure is different. Things sure are different. Are they different for better? No. But I honestly think that people, like, if you give people the choice between a change candidate or a candidate who's going to be establishment, like they don't even care if the change candidate is going to smash everything to pieces or build everything up. Like people just want something that's not this. Like they want something different. And I genuinely think that if we don't get a revolutionary leader in 28, if we don't get like here, let me give you what I think the best case scenario is for 26 and 28. The best case scenario for 26 and 28 is that during the midterms, there is such an immense blue wave. Like, you know, the Republicans are going to try to steal the election. They're going to try to voter disenfranchise everybody. They're going to do horrible dystopian measures, right? And in the best case scenario, we break through all of that all that voter fraud that the Republicans are going to try to implement. We're going to break through that, and we'll have a blue wave that'll be so powerful. Polling shows that Democrats prefer progressive candidates to moderate candidates. Like, if you poll Democrats, like, it is like a 90-10 issue. 90% of Democrats want a progressive candidate. So let's assume that, like, we've seen a lot of progressive candidates win in special elections over the past year, but let's say that that trend amplifies over the midterm, and we get like a total coalition of 40. This is again, this is best case scenario. Assume we get a coalition of 30 to 50 progressive Democrats in the House and the Senate together, like all combined, that are able to essentially build out the squad and create like a real caucus, like a powerful caucus there, where like people will actually have influence because, you know, they'll make up a bigger proportionate party of they'll make up a bigger proportion of the Democratic Party and therefore have more power and pull and sway. And then potentially we can win in 28 with a progressive candidate who becomes popular after 26 due to the progressive takeover of the Democratic Party. That is the best case scenario. Best case scenario, we sweep in the midterms with progressive candidates, neuter the Trump administration, possibly impeach him or whatever, and then move forward into 28 with a bunch of new progressive energy and progressive candidates, and one of those runs for Democratic office, wins the primary, and then the general election, and then, you know, we get free healthcare and all that stuff. Do I think that's going to happen? No. No, I don't think that's going to happen, because if that were to happen, we would need like a lot of things to line up. Like that is such hopium level future sight that like that is just not gonna happen. Most of the Democratic Party takes money from AIPAC. Yes, but that is getting better. It is getting more and more unpopular. And honestly, I actually, by 26 or 28, I believe that taking money from AIPAC is going to be 100% a bad thing for politics. Like, and here's the thing. People, like politicians, are willing to accept AIPAC money as long as they can still win. If taking money means that you lose, if taking AIPAC money means that you are guaranteed basically to lose, then like, I mean, they have no choice but then to dump AIPAC, because then if you're funded by AIPAC, you will lose and you will be replaced with a Democrat who is progressive. So honestly, like, let me give you an example. There was a Democrat who was running in, I actually don't even remember what state this was in, but essentially there was a Democrat running in a state, and they were a moderate, and they were backed by AIPAC, funded by AIPAC, and they gave like tepid criticisms of Israel. They said something like, we should condition aid so long, you know, like if they're committing war crimes, we should condition aid based on that stuff. AIPAC got mad at this moderate dude and spent against him, like millions of dollars spent against him running ads. And you know what happened? The progressive Democrat got elected. AIPAC spent so much money attacking their own moderate candidate that they forced a progressive to win the election, essentially. Like they helped a progressive win. And honestly, I think that part of why that progressive was able to win was because a lot of people viewed the moderate as an AIPAC funded, Israel funded candidate. So like genuinely, I think it's getting more and more toxic in the party. And by 26 and 28, I find it hard to believe that a Democrat is going to be able to run funded by AIPAC and not suffer heavily for that. Wisconsin, I don't remember what state it was. The Democratic Party needs to get rid of Gavin Newsom permanently. Yeah. Like, at the very least, he needs to be relegated to, like, some position that no one cares about, where, like, you know, he can just, like, F off and, like, whatever. But, like, genuinely, I don't know. So, the thing about this is that it's not going to happen. Trump got elected by the perfect storm. Why can't we? Um, because like you could see it come. Like I was not accurate in my predictions of the 24 election, and there's a lot of reasons for that. I will be like there's a lot of reasons for that, right? But let me be clear that like the direction the Democratic Party is moving in is to the right. Like the Democratic Party is once again like they're gonna call Liz Cheney come 26 and 28, and they're gonna get Liz Cheney back on the road. Like the Democrats have learned nothing, and like the attitude that they are taking is that we just have to like mention affordability and shit all over trans rights, and everything will be Gucci. Everything will be great. Everything will be wonderful. We will get elected on because everyone hates the Republicans so much that they will feel like there's no other choice and elect us. Like they are going to run explicitly on Republican hatred with no actual positive affirmative agenda. And if you know, with that being the case, I'm just not hopeful about the future of the Democratic Party. I'm just not. I'm not hopeful about it. I think that the population is ready. Like we are primed and ready for something that is very different and better. Like most Americans realize this is not tenable and that like things need to change. Like something is going to break eventually. And again, I don't think it's going to be the people's desire for change. If you feel like answering, what are your thoughts on Tellerico? Okay, so I am not educated enough on this. I genuinely do not know what Tellerico's stances are on things. I don't like. I want Texas to go blue. I don't really care who does that. Like you know, like if James Jesus, if if Crockett could have done that, then you know, like cool. But I honestly I don't think that she could. Like I don't think that she could. Tellerico maybe could. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a Texan. I've been to Texas once for like 3 days. I have not paid attention to the race. I want Texas to go blue though. Like I would love it if we had like a blue win in Texas. I cannot stress how important it is to get out into your community and organize with other people who are fed up being ignored by our representatives, vote for progressive values and run. Yes. So Grace, that is where I'm getting with this. So like the best case scenario is not going to happen, but also like you need to try to force it to happen. Like this is not going to happen from us just hoping that the Democrats wake up. That is my point. We cannot just sit here and hope that the Democrats are going to wake up before 26 or 28 and like go like, oh, actually, genocide is bad. And oh, actually, maybe we need to run on an affirmative agenda. And oh, actually, maybe we need to like, you know, pass universal health care or common sense gun reform or like any of that stuff. The answer is that we have to force some change. We have to force there to be progressive candidates. It is not going to happen without people power. We need people to get behind progressive candidates. If you feel that by any stretch of the imagination you could win or even try, then try. Like I don't care if you think you're going to win. I don't care if you think that it's going to be a success. Like we need to completely abandon that. And like that's honestly, I genuinely think that's why right wingers are more effective politically is because they don't think about it. They don't plan this shit out. Like they're not. I mean, they plan some shit out, but like for the most part, a lot of these Republicans just assume they're gonna win because their ego is so massive and they've got so much money. Like they are just blinded by like they don't actually think about the like the logistics of it really. Like it's just I don't know. I think a lot of not Democrats, a lot of progressives fall into the trap of analysis paralysis where it's like, oh, like my I need to have the most perfect platform, or oh, I need to have a 100% chance of winning, or oh, I need to have assurance that like blah 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 blah. Like no, like just like if you feel there's any possibility at all, just run. Just run. Like you never know. I mean, we are seeing people win districts that have absolutely no right winning those districts. I mean, we are seeing people blow out Republicans by 40, 60, 70, 80, 90 points. Like, we are seeing districts that were plus 60 Trump go like plus 20 or 30 Democrat. Like, that is unbelievable. Like, I mean, like, okay, I don't know, 6 months ago or 7 months ago or however long ago, 8 months ago, do you all remember those town halls that Republicans had where people were screaming at them and people were like old white people in rural parts of red states were going to town halls for their conservative Trump MAGA Republican and were screaming at them? Do you think that anger went away? Do you think that anger just dissipated because they stopped having town halls? No. That shit does not just, it's physics. Like, if an emotion doesn't have somewhere to go, it's gonna build. Like, that's what bottling emotions is all about, you know? And so, like, this resentment that's been building up, it's not going anywhere. And more conservatives are upset. More and more left-wingers are radicalized. And again, like, the population of the country is moving left. That's just the reality. Like, woke 2 is going to be huge. Like, we're going to be having military tribunals for people that leave their dogs outside during the winter. Like, we are going to like we're going to have like firing squads for people that like beat their wives. Like woke 2 is going to be like intense. And it's going to be beautiful. And I want everyone to take a little bit of personal responsibility in making sure that woke 2 doesn't need a woke 3. Like, I don't want to have to do this like over and over. Like, there were clear issues with woke 1 that led in part to the ability for there to be a backlash to the movement. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't think any of the values that we stood for in woke 1 were bad. I just think the strategy was bad. I just think the woke scolding and the terminally online Twitter leftists and all, like, there were certain aspects of the left-wing movement that made it deeply unpopular with people because it was just kind of like stinky. Like, it just wasn't very held together very well. And the strategy wasn't very well thought out. But if we do a better job of that stuff, then, like, I mean, like, left-wing politics is rooted in reality and what's good for people. Right-wing politics is rooted in hate and fear and what's going to cause the most harm to the people that you hate and fear. Like, those are not equal things. Like, these are not, it really is like a battle for good and evil. And we need to, like, I mean, I'm here trying to do my thing, trying to make change here. Hopefully my video, like, I know some people left comments and they were like, I can't believe that you're trying to convince people not to vote for Gavin Newsom. Like, how dare you? Like, holy shit. Like, are you serious? We are more than 2 years out from the fucking midterms. Or not midterms, sorry, from the primary for the Democratic 28 election. And you're sitting here voter shaming me for a politician who's not even actively running for that primary? Like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting all over me? Because it sure seems like you are. Like, I genuinely can't understand how there are people who are genuinely talking like that at this late date. But, like, I just yeah. Woo, that was a rant. Let me read let me read this. It's like having a guarantee on a box, but when all the Democratic Party serves you is a guarantee POS. Yeah, exactly. Tallarico, a religious Democratic nut. A lot of people I listen to like Tallarico. I don't like him just because he talks about religion so much. I don't think it matters if he is blue or not. It's not like a right winger has ever pretended to be left leaning before. If not blue, mostly blue for Texas. Reminds me of a certain wanker that looks like MAGA and shouted about being a lefty, and then one got brain damage and became basically MAGA. Yeah, Fetterman. So Tallarico, I mean, I don't know enough about him, so, like, I genuinely can't make a distinction or like a judgment call on him. But I would say, like, if Tallarico is pro-trans, pro-religious freedom, like, if he's pro human rights but also is religious himself, I don't view that as disqualifying. Like, I don't think that the Democratic Party, I don't think that progressives need to be atheists. I think that actually that is a toxic aspect of leftist politics, is that, like, a lot of people who are atheists are like radical atheists, where like they think all religious people are evil and want to murder all queer folk, and like they don't understand that there's like people like the Quakers, or people like, I don't know, like in a lot of Protestant churches, who are actually genuinely really good people and have good social values and are honestly basically Democrats, but like are just, they're Christians. Like, I mean, I genuinely think it's bigoted. Like, it's okay to be an atheist, but if you're dogmatic about it, you are doing the exact thing that Christian nationalists do, where they like, they're dogmatic about Christians having to be the default. Like you basically want an atheist ethno state. You want like atheist fascism, and like, I don't think that religion should be in the government. I don't think that you should legislate based on your religion, but I don't think it's like inherently evil or bad or wrong for a Democrat or a progressive to be religious. Like, I don't think that that should be disqualifying in and of itself. So it really depends on his positions. Like, honestly, it depends on what he believes. Like, what social stances does he have, or whatever. Yeah, huh? I wonder why they stopped doing those town halls. They stopped doing them because, like, I mean, they said it out loud. Like, they admitted, Trump literally said, stop doing the town halls so that we don't have to listen to them scream about stuff. Like, they're just ignoring their base. Like, they're literally just ignoring their base. Which is like a Democrat tactic, honestly. In Iowa, we were what? In Iowa, where one said we will all be dead one day. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Plus, we could really need. Plus, we could really need to find a way to get people out to vote. Turnout was abysmal last go around. I would have definitely preferred Crockett, even if there are plenty of things I don't agree with her on. At least she wanted to wave a middle finger at Trump, which I can get behind. Is Tallarico not like anti-Trump? I mean, I would assume that he is, but I dropped a sound clip in a private message on Discord, Leah, when you get a chance. Nothing vulgar said, but wholesome. Did you want me to play that on stream? You speak strong, true words. Thank you. Fuck Gavin Newsom. Human rights is a baseline between me and violence. How could we possibly choose someone like that? Yeah, no, Newsom is just scum. Shut up and eat the DNC slop. /S, yeah. That's what some people sound like in my comment section. Gavin Newsom is bringing out the blue MAGA Tommy Boy reference. Wait, what Tommy Boy reference? I'm sorry. Winter. I don't think all religious people are evil. I do think all religious people are deluded by nature, though. I think that it is. If you're an atheist, you need to be able to admit that you have no proof that God doesn't exist. You need to prove that, like, you need to admit that, like, religion, like, there could be, like, I'm not saying that the exact words of the Bible are true, right? Like, I'm not saying that you need to accept that that could be true. I'm saying that, like, you need to accept that, like, there could be some real spirituality or some real religion that, like, has some merit, like, metaphysically or in reality, and that, like, you don't have any definitive evidence to prove against that. Like, you can be a scientist and be a leftist and still be religious. Like, those are not mutually exclusive things. I'm incredibly spiritual. I'm not religious. I am spiritual. I think that we have spirits and souls, and I think that that stuff is metaphysically true. And I believe in things like karma and energy and like stuff like that. And I don't think that, like, I would be a little bit insulted if people on the left were like, actually, you're not allowed to be a part of our coalition because I think you're fucking crazy. Because I think that that's like exclusionary and basically just like, like you're excluding a progressive who is a legitimate progressive just because you disagree on something that, like, you don't have any actual evidence for. Most of us think that they are lost sheep following their flock like they always have. I don't think all religious people are evil, but if that book is in your hands, I trust you less. It's not comparable. Atheists, trans people, or whatever else they hate don't have a book that tells them to execute women that lose their virginity before marriage, or fortune tellers, or whatever. Religious people aren't incapable of being decent, but it's not a good starting point. Like, I don't disagree with you that, like, there are religious texts that say horrible things and that, like, all that stuff. Like, I just think that atheists tend to reduce everything down to something that's incredibly simple, but it's not. And it makes you sound like you think you know everything, and that you're like, you are like a lot of atheists when they're dogmatic about it, they sound as fanatic as they sound as dogmatic as like Christian nationalists, you know? And I'm not, and you know, I'm just, there's room in my community for people who are Christians that are progressives. Like I don't, I'm not going to exclude people based on that, you know? It's just that do you need to admit that you don't know that there isn't an invisible pink unicorn floating above your head? That's just some shit some people made up. You don't need to refute it. Ordance, we are not going to agree on this, but you need to study. Like, I'm not trying to sound mean, but like, if you have good critical thinking skills, then you will have to, like, if you study philosophy and study critical thinking, you absolutely have to admit that there is no way to prove that God doesn't exist, and there's no way to prove that God does exist. Like that is one of the big questions that we have no answers for. And like you can have your own personal answer, like you can have what you believe to be true, but it is extremely arrogant and extremely short-sighted, and I think a little bit lacking in empathy to act like you have the answer and that you alone are like uniquely correct. Like I think that's how a lot of Christians sound when they are dogmatic about things. And so like you know, I just think that that's important to reckon with. Like it's important to admit like okay, like I have a belief, but it's a belief. It's not based on like there is no scientific evidence that God doesn't exist. So the lack of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Yeah, exactly. And like if you study philosophy and critical thinking, like these are things that come up a lot. I mean, it's one of the big questions, you know. Extraordinary claims usually have extraordinary answers. Come to my church, the Church of God Beetle. All God Beetle asks of you is to smoke weed if you like it and try not to step on beetles if you can. I also believe Jesus would have loved HRT. Well, like Jesus definitely would have stood with trans people for sure. Uh, there certainly is no way to prove that God doesn't exist, but that is not a sane reason to believe that there is one. I'm not saying again, I'm not saying that you have to believe I'm not saying that you're wrong and you need to believe that God exists because I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you sound extremely overconfident and arrogant when you say that like religious people are fucking crazy just because you think you have the truth pill. Like you can't prove that. So like I just like a healthy acceptance of like, oh, you know, there are other beliefs that could be true and my belief system isn't the only one that matters or isn't the only one that holds value. There's also no way to scientifically prove that the Easter Bunny doesn't exist. That's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Um Atheists are often still hanging on to some basic sense of hatred of others and fanaticism from their upbringing. They may have to let go of how they were raised, but they have not yet taken the next step to learning to respect people with other backgrounds and other spiritual beliefs and cultural practices and perspectives generally. Like, let me be honest with all of you. My best friend is like a dogmatic scientific realist. Uh and like she believes that religious people are fucking insane and are like deluded and wrong and dangerous and evil. And like that is something that we have disagreed on for like 30 fucking years. So like I'm not going to sit here and like act like I'm going to change your mind cuz like I'm not here trying to change your mind. I'm just making my arguments. So like if you disagree with me, don't think of it as me like needing you to admit that I'm right or anything. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. But if you make that kind of argument in my chat where you say like all religious people are evil and disgusting and wrong and bad or whatever, then I'm going to respond with my belief system, which is different than your belief system. And we can just leave it to everyone else to believe what they want to believe out of that. Like if someone wants to say, fuck you, Leah, you're a dumb bitch and fuck you, then cool. But if people want to like listen to what I have to say and they're like, okay, then cool. Like, you know, I'm not searching for an outcome here. Like I kind of why I hate debate. Like debate is not about changing people's mind. It's about laying out two different arguments and then like boom, that's it. Like people have to come to their own conclusions. That's also why they're getting into Bible debates with Christians. It's like they still can't fully leave. Yeah, and Matoko, I agree with you that like there is a lot of religious trauma. Like a lot of people that used to be religious or used to come from an upbringing of religious people, like a lot of those people have trauma, and that's valid. And like I understand that. And like I understand having a resentment and having a bad personal history of that. But I do think that a healthy growth kind of requires you to accept that like your personal experience has colored your perspective, but that is your personal experience, and that is like fundamentally that is what it is. It's not like a lot of people that leave religion and become atheists tend to believe that they have found the capital T truth, and like maybe you have found your own personal truth, but you have not found capital T truth. Like I tend to think that ex-religious people are more fanatically atheist, because they basically are counterbalancing. Like they're going from religious fanaticism to atheist fanaticism because it's similar to what they're used to. Like they're used to like defending their position, no holds barred, and like just going all in on it and like scorched earth to everyone else. And like I get it, but like that you are essentially just trading one belief system for another without changing your behavior. Nothing wrong with pushing back against what I'm saying, just giving my thoughts on it. Fair enough. Though I also think that religion has had a net negative impact on the world. I can understand that argument, and I can definitely see a lot of reasons to believe that that is true. I don't know how to quantify that. Like I don't know how to like there are a ton of leaders in the past who used religion as a reason to start wars, but like the reasons they started the war was not over religion. Like, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like there were a lot of leaders in the past who were like, "Oh yeah, God says we have to kill all these people." Like they didn't actually think that God said that. They just like were using that as a way to control the population. So like is that actually religion? Like I don't know. That's up for debate. But I think that like yes, that can be considered religion, and I definitely think that religion has been used as a way to justify atrocities, and I think that that's horrible and horrendous and should not be real or good. Which is why like like I am fundamentally opposed to institutional religion. Like I think that institutional religion is toxic and harmful to society, but I think that religion in and of itself, like community driven religion or personal spirituality is healthy. Like I think it's healthy to be a spiritual person. I think it's healthy to have spirituality. I think that it's good to explore that and explore, your sense of self and your what you might consider to be your soul, and take spiritual journeys with yourself where you introspect and you meditate and you explore potentially trying to find a mystical experience in your life. Like I think all of that is good, but I think that organized institutional religion is bad. Like I think Catholicism is quite bad. Like Catholicism has done a lot of harm, but I don't think that like indigenous religions have done a lot of harm. You know what I mean? Like a lot of indigenous religions are incredibly ritualistic. They are more about they are like basically the glue that held communities together when life was really hard. It kind of gave them something greater to believe in and something beyond themselves to spirituality has also been a response to the unknown, you know, like before people understood weather, they attributed that to gods or whatever, and you know, that's a big part of indigenous religion. So as part of like helping people create an understanding of the world, whether that's true or not, you know, that's just like something that it has provided, which is a stabilizing force for humanity and culture for a lot of people. All right, let me read chat. I know I am rambling a lot and I'm going a lot, but it's deeply personal, and you have lost the plot if you think you are doing it the only correct way. Yes, I agree with that. Though I had only had or though I also think that religion has had an oh, I read that. Atheists are usually still holding on to the basic idea that they're somehow blessed with being the greatest, most all-knowing, most objective perspective in the world. Yeah, and I understand that. Nothing wrong with pushing back against what I'm saying. Oh, I already read that. Debate me, bro. Right. Atheists generally are not mad about anything that claims they have heard from many with baseless assertions that most have not researched or studied or any fully listening to the preacher. I grew up around religious fanatics that would be hyped to see someone like me or people I care about beaten to death, and none of them, not even the friendliest ones, have even an iota of positive evidence. But you're right, people's mind won't change, at least not in this generation. Oh, I mean, like religion is less and less popular every year. Like young people are less religious than the older population by a margin, by like a good margin. Um, and yeah, I mean, you have made a point that there are evil people who are religious. There are also some pretty evil people that are atheists. So like, I don't, you know, like eh, unless you have like, you know, unless we do like a broad sociological study where we quantify how many people are evil. I don't know. No, I feel like we're sort of hitting a dead end of the conversation. I disagree, Zoli. Society revolves around religion from the start. It's all the bad, but also all the good and generosity hugs. I like to think that, you know, like I disagree that religion is all the good. Like I personally don't think that religion is all the good, but you know, you're allowed to have your own beliefs. Um, I think that several gods exist in the universe. They speak no language. They each have their own idea of the universe, and the reasonable magic is possible, attainable. Little imaginary world of mine, though. You're allowed to have your own beliefs like that. Like I tend to think that there are like I tend to think that there is like an entity that is something like Mother Nature. Like there's like if you take evolutionary forces and all of nature kind of together in this sort of like there's this old idea of like the overmind, which is like sort of like a collected consciousness idea. I sort of think that like all life together creates like a hyper organism that we can essentially call Mother Nature. It's like a large mimetic value structure, essentially, is how I view Mother Nature, which is essentially a deity to me. But uh, using the term atheist fanaticism feels a little silly when the word angry probably fits better. Well, but it is accurate. Like fanatic atheism is a real thing. Like you try to tell me it's not. Like there are atheists who very proudly claim that the world would be better if we just like lined up every religious person and shot them in the head. Like there are atheists who genuinely think like, "Oh, that's great." Like, the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is a real thing. Like, that is a part of the left wing movement that we have to, like, the same way that they have Christian, nationalist fanatics, we have atheist fanatics on the left. Like, there is a part of the left that is like that. Play the clip. Oh, sorry. Let me get through chat real quick. Love that. I'm a pluralist, but not a relativist. I mean, other than giving someone comfort in their final moments, what does religion actually accomplish other than perpetuating division and hatred? Religion has actually been a cornerstone for human community and culture for like thousands of years. Like, it could be argued that humans would not have created civilization if they didn't have an organizing force, and that organizing force being community, which was centered around religion and spirituality for many years. Like communities created rites and rituals that, you know, fed into their spirituality and their sense of mysticism in the world, and that creates like a cultural cohesion. I'm a follower of Christ, and I believe that religion is what ruins what being a follower of Christ is. I believe that we all should have a friendship with God. I can understand what you mean. And like, if I were religious, I would also believe that uh religion is bad for spiritual. I mean, I think that if you're spiritual, I think fanatic religion, like fanatic religiosity is like toxic to spirituality. Like the same way that toxic, like it's toxic to be fanatic in atheism, I think it's also toxic to be a fanatic religious person. People do that with enforcing extreme and absolutist adherence to political ideologies too. They can swing wildly from one extreme to the other, but keep being ultra puritanical in their methods. Yes, actually, that's very true. That is very true. A lot of people who leave the alt right become like uh extremely fanatical and purist. And like it's kind of funny because like I can remember not being I can remember like not being a very good leftist. I can remember being not very politically educated or engaged, and like I wouldn't have wanted someone to treat me with that level of hatred. I don't see how feminists can keep feminism and remove transgender. Oh gosh, that's an awkward question. I don't see how feminists can keep feminism and remove transgender. That is impossible. Agree or disagree? So feminism is inherently pro social movement, like pro human rights. So yeah, like feminism requires treating trans people with respect. People that are like TERFs, like trans exclusionary radical feminists, are not feminists. They're not. They don't believe in feminism. Like, let me look at it. Like, let me say it like this: Aman Khalif was attacked, and like people like J.K. Rowling treated her like she was some dog shit. Like they treated her like she was subhuman, and she's a cis woman. So like it hurts cis women too. Like it hurts trans women. Transphobia obviously hurts trans women, but it also hurts cis women. So if you say I'm a trans exclusionary radical feminist, what you are saying is I'm a feminist who hates women. Like, and that's going to inherently hurt women. So like it's a nonsense belief system based on hypocrisy. Um, there is absolutely no way to care for, invalidate, and affirm all cis women while excluding trans women. There's literally no way to do that. I definitely don't think I know it all. I just don't choose to live my life based on something that there is no tangible evidence for. And you're allowed, like, Winter, that is valid. Like, you're allowed to be an atheist, and you're allowed to not, like, I think you are all kind of like taking my argument a step farther than I am. Like, I don't give a flying fuck if you're an atheist. I don't care. I only care if you think that you have the only truth that there is ever to be true. Like, like if you're a pure atheist and you have a mystical experience and you look at that and you're like, nah, that can't be real because I'm right, then I think that that's toxic to you in your life. But like, I don't give a shit if you're an atheist. Like, you're allowed to be an atheist. Like, have fun with that. Cool. I don't care. It's your life. But just like the same way that it's your life and your choice, other people have their life and their choice. And like, I think that a common, like, basic human respect is essentially like, you know, like if someone thinks the sky is red, then yeah, that's delusional. But if someone thinks God exists, that's not delusional because there's no evidence for or against it. It's an element of faith. Like, you can call faith delusional, but it's not. Like, you're making a false equivalency because they're different. Delusion is the belief of something that is a false belief. But you can't prove that believing in God is a false belief. So it doesn't logically follow. Nobody has ever in the history of humanity been made evil by not joining a cult. What? Or dance? I'm sorry, that's just a bad argument. Like, there are evil people that are not in cult. And actually, sometimes atheists can be really cruel because they don't believe in a soul or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that that's the majority or anything, but I think though there is a major surge of Gen Z men joining Eastern Orthodoxy, feminism and transgender. Oh, it's stop saying it like that, please, Alpha. Uh, it's not transgender. Like, transgender is an adjective. So like there are trans people, there are transgender people, there are transgender men and women. There is a population of transgender people, but transgender is not a noun. So please do not use it as a noun. It makes you sound like you don't know what you're talking about, but you're making good points. So I want you to make your points and sound intelligent. So say like feminism needs to stand up for transgender people. One cannot be removed without the other, you know? Like, and I already responded to that, so I'm not sure if you just didn't hear me, or someone can be a prick and be an atheist, but that is not the same as stoning someone to death because the Bible says so. We don't have a Bible, we don't have a code, we don't even have a group. It's just people outside of a group. No, that's not necessarily true. Agnosticism is not a belief system. True agnosticism is the lack of a belief system. Atheists, you do have a code. Your code is that God doesn't exist. Like, don't do this to me. I'm sorry, you don't have a book, but you do have a book because you think that like a lot of atheists view science as the Bible. Like, because you have no God, because you think God doesn't exist, because you think spirituality isn't real, you think that the ultimate reality is science. So you view science in the same way, in the same dogmatic fashion that, someone might believe, like you think that that is the ground of all truth. And like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It is a truth for sure. But if you study the history of science, you quickly learn that like what science is creating models of things to try to explain something outside of our brains. And fundamentally, we live inside of our brains. Like, solipsism exists for a reason. You cannot definitively prove that like I guess you could say I'm more for spiritual. I'm more for spiritual than for God. I don't really want to participate in other denominations of Christianity. I just believe in the Trinity and Jesus being a son of God. Okay. Faith itself isn't a bad thing to have, but religion controlled by capitalism and fascism is something that we shouldn't have faith in. Well, yeah. No, I'm not saying that you should trust in religion controlled by capitalism or anything like that. I respect the denominations that are honest, that I don't agree with everything the Catholic Church says. Did you study philosophy in school? I asked because you have a well-rounded view on things. Yes. So I have 2 majors. I went to college for 2 things. I went to college for music, and I went to college for philosophy. So I have a major in music, I have a major in philosophy, and I have a minor in the history and philosophy of science. So I am extremely well studied in philosophy as well as the history of science, and as well as music. Fanatic kind of describes unthinking, unquestioning belief, which is literally impossible with atheism. What you're describing is a hate for religious group, which isn't surprising considering the trauma they've caused. I'm not saying that it's impossible for atheists to, atheists are allowed to have religious trauma and stuff, but you should work through that. Like, just because religion has hurt you doesn't mean that you should go to your grave thinking that all religious people are fucking scum of the earth. Like, I think that you should kind of work through that. And also, I I I think that a lot of atheists are unthinking, and it's actually funny that you say that because you're wrong. Fanatic describes unthinking, unquestioning belief. I am telling you that if you study critical thinking and you study philosophy, you have to admit that you don't know that God is real or not. So if you're not thinking about that, if you're not thinking about the fact that you could be wrong, you are unthinking, unquestioning. Like, you are literally not questioning your belief, and then you're saying that you're not questioning your belief. Like, you are doing the thing that you were saying you were not doing. Fanaticism can certainly include hate, but I don't think hating something makes you a fanatic. I never said that. I think that even the metaphysical sense of debt someone feels to the world around them when they get an unfair benefit that someone else doesn't is a form of spirituality. Wait, I think that even the metaphysical sense of debt that someone else feels to the world around them when they get an unfair benefit that someone else doesn't is a form of spirituality. I can understand that. Tying atheism to thinking they have the truthiest truth is a bit silly. That is why I'm saying fanatic atheism. Because atheism in and of itself is not what I'm talking about. There are atheists who are like, yeah, there could be a God. I could be wrong. I don't have any definitive proof of that. And I don't hate religious people, but I personally don't think it's true. That is a healthy atheist. The atheist I'm talking about are the people who are like, fuck Christians, they're evil, they're disgusting, and anyone who's a Christian is delusional, wrong, stupid, and subhuman. Like, there are literally atheists who say that shit all the time online and don't try to act like they don't. And if you don't think that that's wrong, then I think there's something wrong with your moral compass. I think there's something wrong with your belief system because you are being fanatic about your atheism. Like, I don't know how I think we are retreading and rehashing the argument over and over and over and over and over. And honestly, I feel like the horse is dead. The horse is on the ground. It is like mashed. It's like pudding. It's like horse pudding at this point. Like, I think we need to just move on from the conversation because Ordance, clearly we are going to run in circles around each other over and over, disagreeing over and over. And like, I just don't think that this is I don't think this is healthy. Like, I appreciate your contributions to the community, and I appreciate your engagement, and I appreciate all that. I hope you don't hate me forever because we have a disagreement. I certainly won't hate you forever for having a disagreement. But I just don't think that this is I don't think this is really good to keep. I feel like I've made my point, and I think you've made your point, and I think that people should just come to their own conclusions about whether they think you're right or I'm right. The human concept of fairness, I think, is derived from awareness that time is limited and passes, and I think that each person has a relationship with it. Ultimately, time is the last resource that cannot escape or be exempt from scarcity. They're conflating all religion with cults. Pity. There are evil people who are not in cults, yes, but it has nothing to do with not joining the cult. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we just need to move on, honestly. And the metaphysical log of thought one keeps about their relationship with time is, in my opinion, spiritual in a behavioral sense, if nothing else. Nobody becomes evil by not being Christian or Buddhist or whatever else. I could disagree with you, but we've already done it. Okay. I feel like it's hard to understand what the difference between cults and religions is. If you don't understand the genuine difference between healthy religion, like a healthy sense of religion, and a cult, then you need to meet some like people. Like, if you don't understand the difference there, I'm concerned for you. Like, you need to read some Joseph Campbell. You need to read some Alan Watts. You need to read some like uh I uh I used to follow a tanky leftist that gave off a moral superiority type of vibe. Yeah, I'll never do that. Like, I don't, like, I'm all open for people to disagree with me, and like, yes, I have my positions and I've thought about them and I put stock in what I believe because I've thought about my positions and I've spent a lot of time and energy thinking about that stuff, but I'm not gonna like shit all over someone just because they disagree with me. Anything that gives people the ability to group up on the basis of whatever is dangerous. No, atheist just means that you don't think that there's a God. It doesn't mean that you feel like you can prove there isn't one. No, that is literally okay. If you're an atheist who thinks that there is no God, but you could be wrong, you are agnostic. Like, that is what that is. That is the admission that you could be wrong. If you are an atheist, then you think there's no God. And that's why I'm making a distinction between an atheist and a fanatic atheist. Because an atheist simply believes that there is no God, but a fanatic atheist believes that there is no God and that everyone else who disagrees with them is a fucking idiot. Okay, atheism is simply rejecting the claim of a God or a deity, nothing more. No, atheism is a belief set. I'm sorry, atheism is a belief set. Okay, let's look at the trolley problem right now. Okay, so you have the trolley problem. There's a trolley car careening down the tracks. There's 5 people on one side. There's 1 person on another, and you choose to do nothing. You just choose non-action. You're actually, like, you could pull the lever, or you could not pull the lever, but you choose to not do anything. You choose not even to make a decision. You choose the negation of the hypothetical altogether. That is a choice. That is a choice. You are making a choice. You are building a belief system. I'm sorry, atheism is a belief system. It's not the lack of a belief system. It is affirmative to the sense that you believe there's no God. Like, you are affirming a belief system. Like atheists are not these like empty cups. We need to stop talking about this. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep making the same points over and over. I disagree with you there. Most atheists understand that science isn't infallible and changes based on new evidence. No, I understand that, but I'm just saying that, like, I'm just gonna force the conversation to stop. I don't like how these Christians and Muslims force their beliefs. God gave us free will. He doesn't force his love. We're just meant to preach the gospel. If they choose to believe it, yay. If not. You were saying that some atheists can be just as dogmatic as Christian nationalists. Case in point. If God was real, it would be able to be explained and observed in a scientific way eventually. No. Don't. That is not science. And, like, there are, if you study quantum physics and the history of science, then you understand very well the limits of science and the limits of the models that we've created, and you also understand that, like, there is absolutely no way or mechanism or like we are staring up our own assholes when you get to quantum physics. Like, we are nasal gazing, and there is no way to genuinely, if you study science, like you are doing Dunning-Kruger right now, you have an understanding of science to a certain level that makes you think that you have a better understanding than you do. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but you can question something for a period of time and then make up your mind about it. I think atheists know they can't know, but there is zero evidence of a God existing. There's you don't have to constantly I should also clarify, I'm agnostic. Heard good analysis yesterday that technology has become God because scientific progress has eliminated so many unknowns that religion sought to answer that all that is left is the technology itself. That's fundamentally wrong, but okay. If people are saying that and believe that, then okay. Thank you for joining the conversation though. Anime sidekick gal, it's good to see you. Term you may be looking for is firebrand atheist. I'll call it. I'm sorry to take an aggressive stance here, but like I'll call it whatever the fuck I want. Like I don't care what I call it. Like, all I care about is that I'm conveying the point that I'm trying to convey. The problem is that a lot of atheists have this smug, edgy Redditor facts don't care about your feelings nastiness going on. It's highly improbable. Also, if he exists, I don't know the context here. But remind me of the second level education. Trying to read that. How is it except related to people? No, it's. Yes, I do get it. I know there's an irrational. Hey there, Sorrow Song. Welcome to the stream. There was a stretch and a hydrate, so I'm going to do that. Let me raise my desk real quick. That's probably a good idea. Anyway, from the spin-off from Tallarico and religion. Yeah, we were talking about Tallarico and people got on about religion, and then we've been talking about this for forever, so let's stop. Our text from Neverending Story has ground way deep in the quicksand by now. US Mirror. I won't hate you forever. Don't hate you at all. That topic won't ever stop mattering to me, though. I don't even have a choice in the matter. Those people come to me. Heck, the news is flooded with holy war nonsense. Dance. Let me say this. Let me end the conversation by saying this. I understand why you feel the way you do, and I understand why you think the way you do. Do I agree with you? Have I made points arguing against you? Yes. Do I understand why you think the way you do? I do understand it. Like, it's not like I think that you're like this, you're certainly not the only one, right? Like, I have dealt with people that have the belief system that you have for a long time. Like, again, my best friend of like my entire life is a dogmatic scientific realist. So like, I get it. I understand your position. So I will end it with that. Like, I'm not, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you due to it or anything like that. If anything, like, this will probably never come up again because like I honestly, I don't talk about spirituality. I don't talk about spirituality very much on my channel because I know a large part of my base is progressive left wing and dogmatic atheist or whatever. Like, I understand that a large part of my base is going to be extremely turned off by me being a spiritual person or like having spiritual beliefs. And if honestly, there are some people on the left who will just view me as discredited. Like, there are literally people on the left who will be like, "Oh, you're a spiritual person, like you believe in spirituality, then you're just wrong and you're stupid and you're a cult and you're deluded and you're not worth listening to." Like, there are a lot of people who, like, not a lot maybe, but there are people who do think that. So like, I'm hesitant to talk about it on stream exactly for this kind of reason, because I'm worried about people like digging in their heels and being like, "Well, actually we disagree on one thing, so now I have to hate you forever," which happens on the left a lot. If you choose not to decide, you have still made a choice. Exactly. If wow, 2 people quoted that. I like cat videos. Me too. Hey there, absolutely Citron. Welcome to the stream. Beer. I don't know. Yay, beer. I mean, I don't know about beer, but I don't really drink beer. I get drunk way too quickly. Like, I could drink off 0.5% of a beer and like I'll be drunk. How dare you not let me type 5 paragraphs, YouTube? I know. Absolutely, how dare they? Sorry I kicked off so much drama, by the way. I enjoy a good philosophical debate. No, I also enjoy a good philosophical debate. I just I don't know. I like a good philosophical debate. I just feel like the vibes got a little antagonistic, but that's okay. Hey there, aloha. Hi Leah, just passing through. Wanted to support you. Loves and hugs. Oh, hi, welcome. I hope you're doing okay. Do you want to try to play that clip I sent? I am so sorry. Here, let me I can't actually I can't see it. It looks like you forwarded something, but it's not like it's not showing me anything. Um, I don't know if you forwarded it from like a server that I'm not in or something. But yeah, I don't see. I see it, but I don't. I it's just a gray box. Like I can't do anything with it. Uh, ugh. Ugh. Oh, my freaking body. I'm tired of people. Some of us are here for you, Freddie and you. Well, thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. There's definitely some of you who are here who, you know, just like supporting me and everything. Um, Sorrow Song said, wait, where is that? Where is that? Oh, I consider myself a spiritual agnostic, but this conversation is almost in circle. Yeah, yeah, Sorrow. I will stop talking about it. So, I definitely, I appreciate everyone for being patient with me, doing that. I tend to do that sometimes. I apologize for beating the horse to death. Gwen, thank you so much for the $10. That is very nice of you. You are lovely. You do very good at being you. Love you in your streams. Thank you. You're so sweet. Really, really kind of you. I may have to find it and send directly then. Okay, yeah, just let me know. Leah gets white girl wasted. Yes, I do in fact get white girl wasted. Like if I drink a normal beer, if I drink like a 5% beer, I will I'll be wasted. Like I have a beer upstairs that I want to try. It's like from a local brewery and I want to try it, but I'm only going to be able to drink like maybe a quarter of it before I'm going to be like super drunk. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, gosh. As a fellow spiritual trans lady, much love to you. Don't ever change. Oh, thank you. And I've never seen you chat here before, Trans Girl Garage. So, like, welcome. Thank you for chatting. I appreciate you. One beer? Goodness. Yes. Yes. I don't drink. Like, I haven't actually drank regularly for about 10 years. Like, I stopped drinking when I was 23 years old. I'm 32. So it's been 9 years. I used to drink a little bit, you know, I used to drink like every now and then, but it makes me feel really bad. Like smoking, like weed and stuff doesn't make me feel bad, but like beer, alcohol makes me feel horrendous. So I just don't like doing it because honestly, it just makes me feel terrible. Makes me feel terrible. But every now and then, like I used to like let me be clear. I love the taste of beer. Like I'm an IPA girl. Like I love a good IPA. There's like one brand of IPA that I can get near me that is like a it's like it's not sorry, not a 5%. It's a 0.5%. And it's like a really tasty IPA. And like that shit is so good. There's also like there are companies that make this stuff called hop water, which is like it's basically beer without the alcohol. Like it has hops in it, but it's not beer, but it tastes like beer, sort of. Not really. Like it tastes like beer if there were no alcohol in it. And it's so good. It's so good. Not drinking isn't a bad habit. I'm wanting to switch to pot. Yeah, I mean I'm glad I don't drink. Alcohol is really expensive. Um yeah, love the taste of beer as an American. What? Yeah, like so IPAs are what are those called? Indiana Pale Ales or whatever. But they're like really bitter. They're very very bitter. I subbed when I first started transition in late 2024. Glad I caught a stream. Your videos were so helpful to me when I was just starting out. Aw, that's so nice to hear. Thank you for that. I'll try to put out some more like transition lifestyle videos or like trans advice videos, but I'm trying to I want to stick uh mostly with like news content, news and politics content. I the reason why is if I release a bunch of trans lifestyle content videos, it'll kind of push me into a corner. Like a lot of people, like Icky, for instance, is a really good example. Icky made a lot of transition content over years, or maybe not years, maybe like over a year or two. And she kind of ran out of ideas, but also like she had built an audience around that, so that's what people were expecting from her. So, like Icky has like had a I don't know her very well. Like I don't know her at all actually, but like she has clearly had a very hard time uh diversifying into other content or like getting people to care about her other content. And I really don't want that to happen to me. Like if I make a bunch of trans lifestyle videos and then people start watching that and they think that that's like all I'm here for, I'm really in a lot of trouble because like I don't know how many trans lifestyle videos can I really realistically make? 20, 30? Like I mean I can talk about hair care, I can talk about a few other things. Like I can talk about stuff, but like, you know, it's a struggle if you get stuck, if you get painted into that corner. Um, do you have to drink a fair amount of water too while you're drinking alcohol? Like beer is mild, but I drink a fair amount of water when I'm drinking beer too. Yes, yes, yeah. You should, if you're drinking alcohol, you should be trying to stay hydrated. German light lager is my favorite. Can't find a good alcohol-free one though. There's only a couple of beers that I've had that I really liked. Yeah, I mean, I'm picky about it. Like, I don't like just any beer. Like, if you hand me like a Bud Light, I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I don't want that. But uh, Icky has been doing great streaming though. Yes, and I mean, like, I'm happy for her. Like, I want her to succeed. Like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about that or whatever. But I was just bringing up her as an example that like she got kind of painted into a corner. And I mean, she just made a video about it, talking about how she's back and she wants to post on her main channel again, but she's very painfully aware that like she just can't make more trans lifestyle videos. I mean, she's talked about all of that stuff 5 times over at this point. And also, like, yeah, I mean, good for her. You know, like, I do okay streaming too. Like, streaming is like a good way to do things, but like, the algorithm for videos is very different. Like, it's kind of interesting, but like, I have a very strong feeling that live stream algorithms and video algorithms are very different. Like, they're like literally different algorithms. Because like my live streams will perform a certain way and my videos will perform a completely different way. It doesn't feel like they're connected at all. Uh Not wanting to be boxed in, so relatable. Yeah. I mean, there's always people who join for a specific topic, people who like to play specific games and stream have the same issue. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like some people like they become like a Genshin Impact content creator and then they decide they don't want to play Genshin Impact anymore. Well, congratulations. Everyone that watches you plays Genshin Impact. They don't play the game that you want to play. You know what I mean? Like they don't play the game that you're about to jump to. And like yeah, that happens to a lot of people. I'm trying my best to avoid that. Like I've said this before, but genuinely, I want people to subscribe to me uh because they like the content, because they like my personality, because they like and like they like the vibes. I don't want people to watch me specifically for a certain kind of content because it is kind of long term very toxic for your brand. Uh unless you get really lucky and like your brand is like any Austin where like he could just do that forever, I guess. But like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying very hard to consciously create a brand that has like a level of flexibility so that people like don't just attribute me to one thing or another. I have a hard time watching privileged rich kids talk about trans experiences. I'm happy to see or happy the younger ones get to suffer less. Yeah, yeah, I get that. I get that. Way off topic, but which you choose? Mass Effect or BioShock or Outer Worlds? Both Leah in the chat. Oh, I have played Mass Effect and I've played BioShock. I have never played Outer Worlds. I think I bought it recently. I think it was on sale when the second one came out. I think I bought it. Let me open up Steam real quick and look. But if I had to pick between BioShock and Mass Effect, um, that's tough. That's really tough. Like, I like them for different reasons. Like, I like BioShock and Mass Effect for different reasons. Like I really like BioShock, and I really like Mass Effect minus the ending. So, hold on, let me see. Do I have Outer Worlds? Um, uh, Actually, I don't. Oh, there it is. Yes, yes, I do have it. I'm gonna have to play that soon. I hear good things about it, honestly. Here, let me. I'm gonna sit down again. You always end up with a few fans from the joiners who just think you're cool. In my experience, that's how it goes anyway. Yeah. Exactly. That's the goal. People pop in. Like my goal is that people pop in when they see the title. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta see what this is all about." And then they pop in, and like the vibes are just good, and they're like, "Oh, I just kind of like this," and they just hang out. For sure, I feel that. All the same, glad I found you through them. I was in a small town in the South and very limited community since I have moved somewhere else more friendly. Oh, well, I'm glad that you found a more friendly community to live in. It can be extremely lonely if you're in like a rural, small southern town or whatever. I get that. I'm glad you were able to find somewhere better. Ah. Just accept it, Leah. You're like a common sense angel. Aw. You're so sweet. Thank you. That's really nice. I don't wanna ever sound like arrogant or braggy about things. I mean, like I've definitely spent a lot of time thinking about my positions on stuff, but like I uh I don't think that I'm like better than anyone or anything. I went to see the Aurora concert movie Sunday. There's some flavored craft beers I like, but by and large, beer tastes like piss to me. I don't know Outer Worlds, but Mass Effect, you are a cop, and BioShock has that weird third game, so I'm not sure. That's that's funny. I like how BioShock Infinite is like that weird one. I weirdly enough liked BioShock Infinite, and then I went online and saw that everyone hated it, and I was like, oh, I thought this was kind of cool. It's not. I mean, like, it's obviously not very super duper similar to the other ones. Like, it's got a lot of differences, and the plot has a lot of holes in it. Kind of doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I was like in high school or something though, so like don't even remember when Infinite came out. But anyway, the Texas Democratic voters shouldn't have ever voted for Tallarico. They should have voted for Jasmine Crockett. Uh, I, uh, Again, I just want Texas to go blue. I don't care who, I don't care how. Like whoever can achieve that is what I would like to see. Like I do feel like Jasmine Crockett. I've been souring on her a little bit lately because it feels like she's all bite, like all bark, no bite. Sorry, I said that wrong. Like she says a lot of things that sound really like she's gonna make a stand and she's really aggressive and she wants to fight. But like I have yet to see her lay out a strategy or like lay out like an actual plan. And then she has said some things that are like really bad. I love Aurora. I don't know what that is. Is that a beer brand? I know you weren't saying anything bad. I just mean the transition streaming has been working out well for her. Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't, yeah. Icky is doing really well with her YouTube live streams. Yeah, and I'm super glad to see that. I mean, it's really good to see. Speaking of Aurora, who's everyone's favorite Disney princess? I don't have one. Democratic Party should get rid of. I agree with Newsom, Schumer, and Jeffries getting rid of them. I don't know about Tallarico. If Tallarico wins Texas, then like cool. Like I'm happy. Uh, I think Asmongold did the same thing. Started off on games and ended on advocating for cannibalism. Let me correct you slightly. Asmongold is advocating for mass killing. Has everyone seen this clip of Asmongold advocating for mass killing? Here, let me find this because this is actually This is actually one of the dumbest things I've ever heard someone say. Like, ever. All right, let me pull up this video. Give me a second. Let's see if this is it. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the clip. Oh. Okay. So this is. Here. Let me. Sorry, I'm just trying to like fit this in the screen somehow. It's not really working. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna play it. You ready? Are you ready?
Finally, we have a
Also, I just have to say I am so sorry that you have to listen to this idiotic piece of shit speak, but like this is unbelievable.
a Secretary of War that has Crusader tattoos. He says, fuck around and find out. And they're bombing people. And yeah, it's going to happen, guys. Sorry to say. Until they're all gone? Absolutely. I think that a lot of people... I think that the peacetime that we've experienced for such a long time has really kind of made people soft to the reality of just mass killing people. It works amazingly well. Trust me. If you look at the history books, you will see that mass killing people works really, really fucking well.
Yeah, I can't think of a single time in human history where mass killing has ever led to something bad. Yeah, no, I've never in all of human history has an event of mass killing ever caused any bad things to happen ever. Wow.
Every single time it's worked. So
Every single
Stop it. Get some help.
What are you doing? Making a mistake. Making a mistake.
Every page, every chapter, every story is based off of that every single time. And again, this is not an alternative that you can have peace to. This is an alternative that you can have a perpetual, ongoing war that costs the lives of thousands of people, or you can for once put a stop to it, or at least try to put a stop to it, and improve things. That's
I honestly, I don't know how people can listen to this dumb motherfucker and think that like anyone who's in his chat right there and they're like base, like let me read chat here. Cheap brand beers are toxic. I watch content providers on YouTube. They expose a lot of cheap beer brands. Icky is doing really well with her fashion career. Yeah, I have one of her hoodies and one of her sweaters. I really like it. I want to buy more of her stuff eventually. You could just play League of Legends and I'd probably just join because I think you're cool. Even if League of Legends is a plague on humanity. I hate League of Legends. I think eventually, stay consistent. You'll be connected to the wider majority report, lefty politics and related shows algorithm, but also you may pull from trans lifestyle and gaming algorithms. Well, thank you, absolutely, Citron. I would love that. I would absolutely love that if I could pull from like the majority report politics people, because like I think that they would be very agreeable with my commentary and my sentiment, because like I mean, well, frankly, I watch the majority report like all the time. So like I never have an issue with how they talk about things or how they approach things. Like I think they're pretty much spot on like 99.9% of the time. So I just and I like that they have a variety of perspectives without being like sellouts to the left. Like I like that Emma and Sam and Matt like all think differently about things, even though they like are all leftists, all progressives, and they still are able to work together to build a narrative that's good. But thank you for that. I hope that happens. I'm really trying to stay consistent. Both are among my top 10 favorite gaming franchises of all time. Yeah, I can't choose maybe Mass Effect, but yeah, I love them both for different reasons. Is this a mix of chat and politics? It kind of devolved into that, but we were going really hard on politics for a while, and me talking about Asmongold was trying to get back to that, I guess. Yeah, I've heard that Crockett is APAC funded somehow, like sort of like secondhand funded or something. Like I'm not really sure what. Again, I have not followed the Texas thing. Very love you, Leah. Any content is awesome. Minecraft is cool. There's talk about a server on your Discord. We've had a Minecraft server before. People just got bored with it after 20 or 30 hours. Like I made a house, and people just got bored with it. Like we could do it again. I just think that again, people are gonna get bored with it. Talarico isn't a Democrat. He's an undercover far-right wing fascist, authoritarian, conservative. Whoa! That is an accusation that you just made. Whoa! Probably won't be here for long. Okay, Susie, I hope you feel better. I love Infinite, to be honest. Yeah, I like it. Donald Glover is Yoshi? What? What? Seems like people have been astroturfing for people to write in Jasmine Crockett. Oh my god. I also liked Infinite childhood nostalgia though. Yeah, having laws. How have I not hit the Asmongold stuff yet? How have I not hit the Asmon chat yet? I want Texas to go left, not blue. Like you're all still talking about Tellerico. Crockett fans can't keep it. Jasmine Crockett fans can't keep a consistent story defending her. 1 second they say she didn't take any money, then another said they both her and James took money. Yeah. I think this abiding person is literally a bot. I'm not sure they're a bot. I just think that maybe they're a little misguided or something. I don't know. Again, I have not followed the election very well. So, Raekwon, welcome to the stream. Are you a first-time chatter? No, you're not a first-time chatter. And you've got Chip. Okay, this is the Asmongold stuff. Asmongold clips. You're wondering what TOS on Twitch is even for. Timu Doctor Strange. I spent most of my time doing my artwork, painting, drawing. That man is greasy. Right. We're hawks. Okay, here's the Asmongold stuff. Man's word are as greasy as slimy as his face. Asmongold would have just remained an elderly, goofy gamer. Yeah, I can't. Elderly? Hold on. I'm like the same age as Asmongold. He's like slightly older than me. Please don't call him elderly. That makes me feel bad. But yeah, he's just so dumb. His brain has not rotted. Or his brain has rotted. Well, that people listen to a roach person that used a dead rot as an alarm clock. Well, I mean, like there's a common sentiment that a lot of people think that like Asmon is like they live vicariously through him. Like there's a lot of like really unhealthy neckbeard like personalities on the right that like they think Asmon is so cool and based because he doesn't care and like they want to live his life, so they just like support him. But it's really disgusting. I mean, that shows how like unhealthy a lot of these people's mentalities are. This guy is 1984 personified, but he decided to just be a Nazi. What is this long period of peace he's referencing? Yeah, exactly. Like, where's this peace that he's referencing? Like, as far as I'm aware, well, we just got out of a 20-year war and jumped right back into another one. So, like, what? You know? People will listen to anyone that will validate their preconceived biases. Yeah. I think I stumbled upon that video when I was tired. Yeah, I saw that video and I was like, this guy is just unbelievably stupid. Like I love how confidently he just proclaims something that's just totally wrong, you know? Like I think that's unbelievable. I'm pretty sure the Majority Report trans political streamer algorithm is how I got here. Oh, that's cool. I like this show for the atmosphere and for your personality, whatever we're talking about, because you're good at it, talking about it too. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. I watched Majority Report 2. The state of Texas will remain red. Listen. Okay. I don't know. Sorry if a little. No, you're good, Matoko. I appreciate your engagement. You've been dropping some things that I agree with quite a lot in chat. So and I like I don't care if people agree with me or not necessarily, but I do appreciate you sharing your thoughts. I think that's how the algorithm showed me you. The discourse with Brandon and Left Reckoning are smaller channels, so reach out and then they may have you as a guest. Oh yeah, no, I would. I, if Majority Report wanted to bring me on as like a contributor to like their ecosystem, I think I would be like giddy, and I would probably like I don't even know that would be like an honor. Like I would be super honored to like be a part of what they are doing there. Not to put like not to make it sound like I idolize them or anything. Well, a little bit. I think Sam is pretty awesome. I really respect what they do. I respect the consistency. I respect the principled stances. I respect I honestly I really like how they bring on experts, how they talk to people and they get out other perspectives and they like I really like that about them. Like they're not just processing the news and turning it into like this is what we think about the news, but they're also bringing on people to talk about the wars or talk about the whatever's going on in an educated way and with a lot of understanding and like listening to the Majority Report has really helped improve my understanding of politics like a lot, like a lot. As far as I understand, both Crockett and Tallarico are Israel supporters. Well, that's bad, but I'm not sure if there's I'm not sure how you can get away from that in Texas. But again, I don't know enough about the race. I don't know enough about the candidates. I'm not sure if there's nuance there or what. He's voicing in Super Mario Galaxy. Oh, Donald Glover's going to be Yoshi in Super Mario Galaxy. That's awesome. We yap a lot, Leah. Yes, we do. We definitely. Oh my gosh, we are. Whoa! It has been 2.5 hours. What? Oh my gosh. Uh. Let's see. Asmongold is only slightly younger than me. I didn't mean it as an insult. Oh, okay. Just kinda gamer culture is often young. Yeah. No, you're right about that. Gaming culture is often filled with like 14-year-olds. Maybe I think he's trying to insinuate that when you kill all the people who disagree with you, then everyone agrees. I I think that's what he's trying to insinuate too. But the funny thing is that like that never works. like he says it works every time ever, but if you look at history, anytime that anyone has ever tried to just kill everyone who disagrees with them, it ends up being like uh horrible. Oh, which is clearly insane. Okay, yes, I just see that at the bottom. Sorry, I didn't see that. Uh, One of the most annoying things Asmon does is making an insane statement, then follow up with, "Yeah, that's the truth." Yeah, I know. Like that's the thing that makes me so mad about Asmongold is he is so stupid. He admitted on his stream that he doesn't actually like research things or read things or like educate himself on topics. So he is literally pulling everything he says out of his asshole 100% of the time. But he says it with such confidence. Like it's like a Trumpism, you know? It's like this thing where it's like I'm the only one. Everything I've ever said is right. Trump was right about everything. I'm always right, folks. That's all it is. All it is.
All I know is all my haters become my waiters when I sit down at the table of success.
So like that is what's going on with him, and it just bugs me. It just I think it's so stupid, and I don't know how he sleeps at night. Like if I were Asmongold, I don't know how I would sleep at night. I've been watching Majority Report for nearly a decade. Sam Cedar's a real one. Yes, he is. Email them. The worst they can do is say no or ghost you. I think you'd be a great trans woman in a red state perspective on there. Thank you. I've often felt like they don't have enough. Like, I mean, the Majority Report doesn't really have any trans representation on their broadcast. So I think that would be something they could benefit from, you know? Like I would for sure, like, holy shit. I think I would have to pinch myself if I ended up on Majority Report or even any of their affiliated channels, to be honest. Like if Brandon interviewed me or something, like I think I would still like basically be like beside myself with joy. Time for a group chat hug and like and share and subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, please like the stream. Whoa, we're at 45 likes on YouTube. That's super good. Thank you all so very much for that. We're at 103 followers on Twitch, which is super amazing. I appreciate all of you for being here, for being amazing, and for supporting me in the channel. We have a Discord, which I know everyone doesn't like Discord, and I don't like Discord either, but no one wanted to move to a different platform, so we are still on Discord. The link is in my link tree, which is pinned in both chats. Let me make sure it's actually pinned, though. Is it actually pinned? Yes. Yes, it is. So you can follow the link tree, and also you can follow my Instagram. I have videos of me spinning on my Instagram. I do this thing called Flow Arts, and it's really awesome. I've literally never heard of that guy. Wow, if you've never heard of Asmongold, you are so lucky. You live a blessed life if you've never heard of Asmongold. Killing isn't that how the French Revolution happened? Yeah. Killing everyone who disagrees with you has levels, I think. I don't think it's ever a good idea, but there's a difference between losing all the doctors and losing all the small town people who are scared of people they haven't met. Oh, I don't want to talk about that because I don't think killing everyone is ever. I don't think that it has levels. I don't think it has levels. He is full on grifter and just follows whatever is the easiest way to get paid. Yeah, you know, Asmongold, like literally what Asmongold does is that he like sticks his finger up and he tests the water. Like he will make a very general point that sort of like amounts to nothing, and he'll see what his audience says, and then he'll just play off of that over and over. So like he is fully audience captured. Like he literally will just say whatever he thinks his audience wants to hear, which is grifting. Can I translate? Is there a way to translate chat? Dang. Someone chatted in a foreign language. I'm sorry. I don't know what you said. Uh If I hear another dipshit say he stopped 8 wars when publicly starting several, I'm about to implode and warp into another dimension. Yeah. Yeah. Reach out to iHip News. They also are pretty open to guests and have not yet had a trans person to talk to yet. Oh, for real? Let me write this stuff down actually. Like let me do this. Ba-ba. iHip. Is that stand for something? International House in Pancake? Here, I will be right back. I got a pee super bad. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Uh, okay, hold on. Sorry, let me. I'm not gonna read everything out loud. I'm just. Asmongold is basically just a yeah base generator. Exactly. When I used to mod for friends, I would just use Google Translate for people. I didn't understand. It's not perfect, but it helps. Yeah. Yeah, here, let me try it. I see. Google Translate. Okay, so we have this one chat. It looks like it's in like Russian or something. I don't know. Israel can kiss my shiny metal. Well, yes, there we go. I do agree with that for sure. Let me see what else they said. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure. I don't know how to. I don't know if you. It is Russian. There's no Russia. I'm sorry. I don't speak Russian. It doesn't let me like I can Google Translate what you say though. I'm sorry. Bye? Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know Russian. Um Oh, you chatted again. And you said screams? Oh no, don't scream. I'm sorry. I just don't have I don't I've had it podcast. I think IHIP is I've had it podcast. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Um, two progressive wine moms from Oklahoma. Oh, that's cool. Kitty cat. Fred's the host. It's interesting we can watch videos of cats even though cats have no concept of what a video is or how videos are made. True. Instead of the Truman Show, it's the Fred Show. I wish there was a noise making redeem. I never have my speakers on, so people wouldn't be able to hear anyway. Glitchmaster, thank you for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. That's really awesome of you. And I don't know if you were already following or not. I think my follower went up. My follower count. Welcome back. Thank you. Hi, is this stream fun? I think it's fun. I was having a great time. Majority Report is milquetoast. If you want to get some real info, start watching Due Dissidents or Useful Idiots with Kato, and me. Level up, please. With love, seriously. Whoa! I think Majority Report is not milquetoast. I don't know what you mean. What do you can you do you have like can you explain that a little bit? Uh Sorry, I'm gonna head out. I think the pain is difficult. Oh, have a good one, Susie. I followed you and subbed. Well, thank you. That's really nice of you. You're really kind. Majority Report is awesome. I love the Majority Report. Aloha said Majority Report is milquetoast if you want to get some real info. I mean, I feel like Majority Report covers things pretty honestly, pretty earnestly. I feel like they give good takes. Uh, like I think they're like not they're not super like I don't know. I mean, like Matt is really, really, really progressive. Like Matt is like revolutionary progressive. And Emma's more like sock dem progressive. And Sam is sort of just Sam, like I don't really I think milk toast could taste good. It kind of reminds me of like that cake, that kind of cake that is like it's like in milk basically. Sam Cedar is solid. They are dry as toast, but far from milquetoast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess what I would say is that, like, I don't think that Majority Report is sensationalist, but I do think that they provide a lot of good information, and I do think that they provide, like, they do good analysis. They ain't anarchists, but they are way more left than any MSM show. Yeah. Yeah, and I would say my beliefs are pretty close to the Majority Report. So, like, oh, I just saw a system noise. I don't know what that was. I apologize if you just heard a system noise. I don't know what that could have been. Tres de leches? Yes. Yes. That is what I was thinking of. Late in. Hope you're doing all right, Leah. Space beams on your face stuck. Yeah, well, I'm getting electrolysis, which is exciting. I have an appointment tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to it. Ugh. Matt Binder or Matt Leck? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names. Binder is the occasional contributor, right? Yeah, no, not Binder. Matt Leck is pretty dang, like pretty much revolutionary progressive. Like I think he is pretty strong in that. Dang, YouTube is trying to lure me away from the stream by recommending me an enticing new Majority Report video with the title "We Need to Talk About Ben Shapiro's New Eyebrow." They do some banger funny content sometimes. There was a video recently that they did talking about Tim Pool, and I don't know how much of this, well, I don't think they'd ever copyright strike me. Let me pull this up real quick. I Majority Report did this really funny video on Tim Pool, and Tim, I just saw the eyebrow video. That thumbnail is Here, look at the thumbnail. Oh, ooh, ooh, that's really funny. Oh, also this video that they just put out with this guy Ben Palmer, you should watch that video. It is so funny. It is so funny, like important comic relief. Oh my gosh, how far ago? What? Oh, this is a while ago. Let me pull up this Tim Pool video.
Here is
I'm gonna have to, like, possibly skip around a little bit here because I don't. They talk a lot between what he says, and I love what they say, but I want to just play pretty much what Tim Pool says. Do they have a link to the video they're referencing here, actually? No, they don't.
Enemy commander upset now, realizing he is outgunned, says, "You will not survive our assault," to which the captain says, "And you will not survive ours. Shall we die together?" It's just brilliant writing. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, I don't care. But listen, understand, I love the masculinity of it all. With all due respect to my anti-interventionist and libertarian friends who are concerned about this war and think it's the wrong thing,
you're not masculine.
Fret not. I would have advised against this, as well as Venezuela. I would have said, I fear instability, and I don't believe that escalating these wars is going to be the right move, but I don't, at the same time, have access to classified information.
Pause it for 1 second.
So he loves the war because it's so masculine, right? Like, that's what he loves about it.
The administration has been saying.
Of our assault, to which the captain says, "And you will not survive ours. Shall we die together?" It's just brilliant writing. And I know a lot of people are...
I'm sorry, but, like, you know how I said earlier that right-wingers think they're in, like, an action movie or something? Tim Pool thinks he's in a Broadway musical or something. Like, I don't... Oh, my God. It's so...
to be like, yeah, I don't care. But listen, understand, I love the masculinity of it all. With all due respect to my anti-interventionist and libertarian friends.
Time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Friends who are concerned about this war and think it's the wrong thing, fret not. I would have advised against this, as well as Venezuela. I would have said, I fear instability, and I don't believe that escalating these wars is going to be the right move, but I don't, at the same time, have access to classified information. And I believe...
Which I trust.
There comes a time when you're between a rock and a hard place. And the reason why I say I love the masculinity of it all...
End of the line. Last stop, total destruction.
Iran has threatened us, attacked civilians, and gotten to the point where eventually you get a person like Trump saying, crush them.
Ooh, your ass is grass, and I've got the weed whacker.
And Iran says to us, we will make you regret it when we attack civilians and threaten your oil supply. And Trump's response is, I'm going to kill you first. I'm sorry. You know, it's funny. I made a tweet and I was like,
okay, can you
people
pause
are
it?
stupid. I'm sorry. People are stupid.
No, you are. Does he not realize that?
Hold on, there's more. This just gets weirder and weirder. Like, he starts doing this thing where like he like starts trying to go through the trolley problem, but not. And like, let me sorry, I'm trying to rub here. It's hard to get
take over Iran.
Let me check chat though real quick before we continue forward. I'm sorry. I always joke with tears in my eyes. The online left died with Michael Brooks. Damn, the whole political landscape would have been so much better differently if it not for his passing. Aw, yeah, that's sad. I like MR, but Sam and MR are pretty lived up, and they lean into a lot of electoralism. I believe that we have. I would agree, Sassy. I would agree. In the past, they have been pretty strong on the electoralism, but I think that they are shifting more towards like a balanced approach. Like, I think they've always had a pretty balanced approach to electoralism versus like organizing. But I think I don't know about that. Like, I think in the past they towed the line of like, we should probably vote because we don't want Trump or whatever. But like I think they've moved into an understanding that like, yeah, we like a majority report has explicitly said, like even Sam has explicitly said that like Gavin Newsom is like is an insanely bad pick for the Democratic Party, and that like Sam basically said that what Hassan said was totally understandable, which I think is not necessarily an endorsement, but if they came out with some new names for men, we wouldn't have to spend so many resources differentiating the different mats. Yeah. It's like, I saw a meme that's like trans girls looking up every name in the world to try to find their perfect name, and then like trans men picking the name out of a hat. Like, I like Riverboat Jack because she doesn't both sides BS that justifies the aggressors. And explicitly says things without heavily watering things down. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I like Riverboat Jack's discourse. I think that she's pretty on point. Those eyebrows do not make medical sense. I saw this live, so funny. I feel more deeply. I feel that way more deeply after being a fan of certain speakers like Dawkins. Oh, wait, you're a fan of Dawkins? Dawkins is, like, extremely transphobic, isn't he not? Is he not? Nowadays, isn't Dawkins, like an extreme transphobe? No spoilers, but the real-time pivoting will give you whiplash. That's true. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. My childhood was Duke Nukem. Yeah, I thought those were pretty accurate. I love the masculinity of it all. Man who looks softer than cotton candy. Gotta watch the majority report, and then I'll get back to you. I just watched the other shows way more. Also, Max Boom. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, I understand you. Yeah, you're good. See you later, Servalos. Okay.
Or Canada, for that matter, or Mexico. Pure sarcasm, because I am an intervention skeptic. I lean away from it. I would advise against it, but I am not this staunch, never. I understand war happens. And sometimes a guy is holding a hostage with a gun to their head, and people would say,
24.
Don't get involved. And I'm like, look, man, I don't know if it's always that easy. I have to be honest. It's a trolley problem thing where I'm like,
Oh
for the
my
most part,
God.
But wait a second. What is?
And then hold on. The next part is the part that I want you all to hear. Like the next part, all of this has just been leading up to this incredible stream of consciousness that you're going to hear from Tim Pool. Like this incredible idiocy.
we shouldn't get involved. Let me put it like this. A trolley is heading to run over 5 people.
Oh, my God.
And there's a lever that can be pulled that's going to divert it to one other person. And there's a bunch of...
we know what the trolley problem is. Hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. He's not making a utilitarian argument, is he?
Thanos.
Wait a second.
Tim, do you understand that that's often the villains in films?
Wait a second. He's not saying harm reduction here, is he? Wait a second.
It's like, we shouldn't get involved. Let me put it like this. A trolley is heading to run over 5 people. And there's a lever that can be pulled that's going to divert it to one other person. And there's a bunch of angry people standing around screaming at each other, threatening war. This is the point where I'm like, guys, let's not walk up in there and pull that lever. Let's not do it. At a certain point, however, you are looking at...
Wait, what?
Like, what is he even saying? There's people standing around the lever arguing about war? Like, what the... And then...
Like, guys, let's not walk up in there and pull that lever. Let's not do it. At a certain point, however, you are looking at whether it's going to actually start... Let me put it like this.
Okay, let me change the whole thing.
Let's try another. We tried Star Trek. We tried the trolley problem.
Let me do another hypothetical. Let's say you have a hypothetical that you don't want to engage in, but what do? This is what I call the trap door hypothetical, where I just disappear. I hit the trap door and I disappear.
Those people standing around the trolley are beating up our people and threatening them, and we're like, at some point, perhaps the weight becomes, you do have to get involved. I am not suggesting this was appropriate.
You kind of...
I'm saying sometimes it can be. So again, I take
I'm not suggesting that it can be appropriate. I'm saying
nothing he said nothing he just said makes any sense. That doesn't make any sense. He's Oh, and then just so people understand the utilitarian thing that was being discussed. Hold on, there's a little more to this.
At a certain point, those people standing around the trolley are beating up our people and threatening them, and we're like, at some point, perhaps the weight becomes, you do have to get involved. I am not suggesting this was appropriate. I'm saying sometimes it can be. So again, I take the somewhat skeptic approach to this. I think most Americans do. We don't want this to happen. We don't want an escalation of war. But I think it's silly to be 100% opposed or 100% against. I do think it's fair to be lightly favorable with arguments, or to... I think it's fair if you're like...
God, he's so stupid. But listen to this really old clip. Listen to this really old clip. So Sam went on for an interview with Tim Pool like forever and ever and ever ago. And
Burying grounds
is better, and that I am willing to.
I will tell you something you won't like to hear, though.
I'm willing to sully myself if that's the outcome.
But I'll tell you something you're not going to want to hear, and I admit it's I'll call it dickish. Utilitarianism is typically the villain in most movies.
I don't care.
I don't care. Oh, I love Sam for that. That's so funny. That's so funny. But yeah, I just wanted to show you all that because it made me laugh really hard. Because he's like, there's a trolley, there's a lever, there's people on the tracks, but there's also these people standing in the room with the lever and they're arguing about war, and that's scary. And so maybe that lever is like not such a thing that we want to engage. Like maybe we don't want to engage with the lever. But then there's people beating on the trolley, and the people beating on the trolley are like, we can't just ignore that. Like, so like maybe we do need to go into the room with the people arguing about war to pull the lever to do it. and like I just it doesn't make it makes less than no sense. Like it's so Jesus. Anyway. The fuck kind of convoluted trolley anecdote is this? I don't know. I don't know what that I don't like I love the part where he's like, I'm a skeptic. I think most Americans are skeptical. I don't think people want this war, but I think it's unreasonable to be against it. And I think it's actually reasonable to be lightly in favor of it. Like what what are you saying? I think most Americans are against the war, but I think it's not reasonable to be against the war. I think it's reasonable to be in favor of the war. Like you're so stupid. He's so stupid. It's like he has a half-formed thought, a 1/4 formed one, and a stick up his ass, and it turned into a pseudo word salad. Yeah, if you watch the whole clip, he started out that clip talking about Star Trek. And he tries to make some analogy to Star Trek and then like abandons the analogy and then jumps over to this trolley thing and then abandons the trolley thing and then jumps over to he's so dumb. Like this guy is so dumb. He has less than oh my God. And he is stuck in the early 2000s. Like, can someone please tell this guy that hanging a sword from his wall and wearing a beanie makes him look like a fucking loser? Like, can someone please tell this guy that, like, the early 2000s are dead and that, like, he needs to just fucking, like, emerge from his bunker and see the world for how it is nowadays? Because if he did, he would be deeply embarrassed by the way that he is. Like, he really did just lock himself in a room for the past, like, 20 years and assumed that culture remained the same. A Tim Pool philosophy film would look like a Rampage movie. Other than that hat, his brain is normally exposed to open air. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I mean, like, all right, let's take a deep breath.
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
And now for something completely different.
Does he want to be Stoner Joe Rogan? Yes. I think that is like what it is. Like Tim Pool just wants to be exactly like Joe Rogan, but he's too his points are even more stupid and he is even less intelligent than I if that's even possible. Like they're all so dumb. But like at least Joe Rogan used to have some, like, he doesn't really have it anymore. But Joe Rogan used to have like this normie appeal where like people used to watch Joe Rogan and they used to be like, yeah, you know, like he's just a guy or whatever. But nowadays people watch Joe Rogan and they're like, you know, he's super unrelatable. Like he's basically got the Jeffrey Epstein experience show. Like he basically just has on a revolving door of billionaires and tech corporate like Silicon Valley giants basically. If he was high, it would definitely make more sense. Exactly. Yeah, that's probably it. Is that like at least Joe Rogan is like, I can't say that. That sounds so stupid. I can't stand these people. Oh, anyway, yeah, I figured that would be, I probably gotta get going. I gotta get my injection done soon. I have a feeling Riverboat Jack is going to, definitely going to stream soon. So I should probably get out of the way so that, like, you know, I'm gonna lose viewers anyway when she goes live. So I know a few people who are still seeing him that way, definitely brainwashed. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to view him as relatable nowadays because he really doesn't he doesn't really talk like he doesn't give any populist arguments. Like he doesn't like advocate for anything about the working class, and he doesn't like you know, yeah, she's been doing some late streams. That is for sure. I'm glad I got that laugh. Thanks, Leah. You're welcome. Yeah, do the raid thing. I don't know how Twitch works. Yes, I should raid someone. Does anyone have a suggestion for raiding? Thank you for the hydrate or dance. Ugh, water is good. Water is good. Yeah, does anyone have any raid suggestions? I barely learned Joe Rogan was in a TV show. Yeah, that's true. He did Fear Factor. Maybe I had half a glass of wine too much, and also daylight saving time makes me feisty. I'll watch the Majority Report, but please watch Due Dissidents. They are based. I'll check them out. I'll check them out for sure. Here, let me write it down. Due Dissidents. Okay, I'll look them out. I'll see what they got to say. That was my alarm for my injections, reminding me to do my shot, which I need to do after stream. And yes, I'm gonna do that. Let me the person I mentioned earlier, Riverboat Jack. Is she live yet? Is she? Let me check. Riverboat. Oh, that's not right. How do I? Wait, how do I search? There we are. River. Oh. Yeah. No, she's not live right now. Do we have? I think someone suggested someone. Neko Suris. Neko. Resident Evil Requiem. Okay. I mean, this person seems like potentially a good stream to go to. Okay. Wait. How do I? Okay. Yeah. Let me. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. So here's the little stream or whatever. I'm gonna hit play, unmute.
All right, 30, 10, 50.
And I'm gonna raid. And I'll just start the raid as soon as it.
Oh.
As soon as it
You don't.
You could always try to kill him. Shoot the unarmed black man.
Okay, we're gonna raid. Why did it mute?
Okay, we're done. Leah Pacenti, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? You just came in at a very off-color joke. It was great. Yeah, what were you doing? What was going on over in your end of Twitch? Let's see here. I don't think there's anything else in here for me right now.
Oh, did I forget?
Chest cavity. I bet there's loot in there. I don't have the thing.
I forgot to change. I was on just chatting this whole time.
Very fun stuff. Ah, fair.
I was on just chatting this whole time. Oh shit. I totally put myself in the wrong.
Wait, no, there was an exit in the treatment room. What am I doing?
The wrong.
Oh, here's another streaming question for you.
What's up?
How do you delete a comment?
You have to go into moderator settings.
Okay. Because like just about every time I've streamed, some bot has come in there and tried to sell me viewers.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen too. Definitely they try to sell viewers a lot.
It didn't happen the last time I streamed, but...
So unfortunately I gotta go take care of my viewers. I will do my best to.
Cute avatar, actually, also,
I will
by the
do
way.
my best to. There we go.
This might be useful.
Now I can do blood collection. Fuck yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna exit out of that. We're gonna jump over here, and I could schedule reminder. Yeah, thank you for everyone being here. Like the stream if you haven't liked the stream. Join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. You know, we chat in there, we hang out, there's good times. I have all my social medias are linked in my link tree, so you can like follow me on Instagram or whatever you want to do. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. The Wednesday stream is kind of like optional, sort of like it's gaming. Usually I do gaming streams on Wednesday, but most people don't watch them, and like I don't know. I'm sort of like I don't know. Like I'm sort of tempted to either not do the gaming streams or like just make them optional. Like maybe I'll do them some weeks, maybe I won't do them other weeks. Like I just yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I will probably be here Wednesday. We shall see. Either way, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Grace, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Huge. You into Resident Evil? It's my favorite franchise. I do like Resident Evil. Yeah. I haven't played any since 5 though. I played 4 and 5 and then I haven't played any since then. So maybe I'm a fake fan. I don't know. It's fine. The new Resident Evil is such a good game. I've heard nothing but good things about it. We love you, Leah. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate you all. Lots of good conversations today. Sorry I got stuck on one topic for like an incredibly long time, but I just got hyper fixated into it. The modern remakes and new releases are outstanding. Yeah, I've never played the RE4 remake. I don't have money for something like that right now. I'm like on like basically I am super broke. So I'm trying to just be in like money saving mode essentially. That's what I've been doing. Hidden Claws. I don't know if you just shot up. I thought I saw you earlier. I'm just about to dip out. So anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for a great stream. I could turn this into a video somehow, some way, maybe. Like maybe I could do a little video out of stream stuff tonight. I don't know. I'd have to record an intro or outro, and I don't think anything tonight was really so good for video. I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyway, I need to record more videos. I need to make sure I do more video. I've been here. Oh, okay. I thought I saw you say something earlier. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Peace out. Drink some water. Love y'all. Here's a little Freddy as we go. Look at that little boy. Look at that chunky boy. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.